Alright, so picture this. I'm standing in the middle of a giant plaza, surrounded by thousands of sweaty, nervous teenagers, and some dude in a fancy suit, the mayor, apparently, just spent like 20 minutes telling kids that if they get a crappy job from the Magic Career Lottery, they should just accept it and go make bricks or brew beer or something. Real motivational stuff. Thanks, buddy. Let me back up. My name's Lutzong, and I live in the weirdest world ever. Monsters everywhere, a bunch of different races throwing hands at each other. And the solution? Every 18-year-old gets shoved into a magic circle that goes bing and gives you a job. Not like a normal job, a magic job. Warrior, mage, priest, the cool stuff. But most kids, they get architect or potion brewer and basically become fantasy construction workers. 60% of my school gets life skill jobs. Other schools, 90%. It's like a gotcha game with terrible rates. Now here's my dirty little secret. I'm not actually from this world. I'm a reincarnator from Earth. Lived here 18 years pretending to be normal while my brain keeps flashing this one annoying message. After job change, your class will receive ultimate evolution. Whatever that means. Could be amazing. Could give me, like, ultimate janitor. I've been stressing about this for literally my entire second life. But here's the thing. While I was busy worrying, I accidentally became the biggest genius this city has ever seen. Perfect scores on every exam. Every single one. My physical stats, all maxed out. Student council president. 3 years running, I've been clowning on kids who have literal demigods for grandpas and dragons for moms. Oh yeah, let me tell you about my competition. There's this girl, Dragon Lady. Sorry, Long Xiao Xiao, who's half dragon, half human. Her mom's basically Gandalf, but a dragon, and her dad's daughter is a holy priest. She hit the genetic jackpot so hard the slot machine caught fire. Then there's this dude Xiao Ji Ba, whose family has been punching things professionally for 3 generations. Pure warrior bloodline. The kid was basically born flexing. And don't even get me started on Chu He. His grandpa is a demigod. A literal half-god. I'm over here like, my grandpa watched TV and fell asleep on the couch, and this guy's grandpa is shooting lightning bolts at breakfast. But guess what? When they called names for the job ceremony, who went first? Me. Not Dragon Princess. Not Punch Dynasty Jr., not Demigod's favorite grandson. Me. Lutzong. The guy from Earth who spent his past life probably eating instant noodles. The teachers were literally gossiping about me before it started. One guy listed all the fancy prodigies from the elite school across town, and the other teacher just laughed and said, "Yeah, cute. But have you met Lutzong? I'm standing right there, man. I can hear you. But also, don't stop." So now I'm walking up to the magic job circle, heart pounding, palms sweating, and all I can think is, please, mysterious reincarnation cheat system, please don't give me ultimate bartender. Here we go. So quick background on how this whole job system works. Before you even get your magic career assignment, your body already gives hints. Future warriors are crazy strong. Future assassins are freaky fast. Future mages have big brain energy. Schools test you for years to predict what you'll become. And me? I broke the system. Every stat, strength, agility, constitution, intelligence, all maxed at 10. Perfect 10s across the board. For reference, that dragon-blooded princess Long Xiao Xiao, she's got a 10 in spirit. And 5s in everything else. The warrior dynasty kid, 9 strength, 8 constitution. 1 attribute hitting 9 makes you a genius. Hitting 10 makes you a freak of nature. I hit 10 in all 4. Plus perfect scores on every single exam for 3 years straight. The experts were falling over themselves predicting I'd get at minimum an S-rank job. Maybe even the legendary SSS rank that shows up once every 1,000 years. People were already mentally writing my biography. So I walk up to the awakening platform. Heart's calm because my cheat system already told me whatever I get will be upgraded. I touch the crystal, and boom. The entire roof of the ceremony hall gets blown clean off. Light explodes out of me like I'm a human firework factory. The sky goes crazy with supernatural phenomena. This goes on for a solid minute. The crowd loses its mind. Kids are screaming. Teachers are crying tears of joy. SSS rank for sure. We're getting a new guardian of humanity. I'm classmates with a future legend. MOM. One guy was already planning to put Lutzong's classmate on his resume. Then the light fades. My job title appears. Armed 1. Dead. Silence. Armed 1. B rank. The single most mediocre combat class in existence. It's the job that equips weapons, but is worse than every specialist at using them. Sword. Warriors beat you. Bow. Archers destroy you. Dagger. Assassins laugh. Staff. Mages don't even acknowledge you exist. It's the jack of all trades, master of absolutely nothing class. And the kicker? It's expensive. Other people need one set of gear. Armed ones need 4 or 5. It's like picking the worst character in a game who also costs the most to play. Oh, and did I mention I'm an orphan with 0 money? Yeah, perfect match. The disappointment hit the crowd like a truck. The mayor looked like he swallowed a lemon sideways. The celebration team backstage? They just quietly sat back down. The university recruiters who were practically drooling 5 seconds ago suddenly found their shoes very interesting. Students started whispering the most savage things. So much for the greatest genius ever. Wasted potential. He's ruined. But then, and this killed me, some girls started going, actually, this is great. Before he was too perfect, totally out of my league. But now he's a B-rank scrub just like us, so maybe I have a chance with him, ma'am. I am standing right here, having the worst moment of my life. And you're speed-running your dating strategy? But here's what nobody in that entire plaza knows. While everyone's giving me funeral eyes and the whole city is writing me off as the biggest disappointment in history, my cheat system already popped up a little notification right in front of my face. Armed 1 has been promoted to God Armed 1. I'm standing there, looking devastated on the outside, but on the inside? Oh, on the inside I am doing a victory lap. Keep talking, folks. Keep counting me out. This is going to be so fun. Okay, so while the entire city is busy mourning my tragic downfall, my eyeballs are practically spinning trying to read the absolute waterfall of notifications exploding in front of my face. Let me run through what my cheat system just handed me, because it's disgusting. First, perfect divine equipment embryo. Any gear I wear automatically becomes a baby god weapon. It levels up with me, so I never outgrow my stuff. Oh, and if someone steals it, it turns back into garbage. Anti-theft feature built right in. Take that, looters. Second, supreme enhancement. Every piece of gear I equip instantly maxes out its upgrade level. You know how in games people spend thousands trying to enhance their sword to 10? Mine just goes there automatically. For free. Every time. Third, stat absorption. I can eat other equipment's special bonuses and feed them to my gear. My weapons are basically cannibals. Fourth, perfect compatibility. I can wear anything. Mage robes? Sure. Heavy armor? Why not? Curse gear with nasty side effects? Side effects don't apply to me. I'm basically equipment immune. The game tried to give me restrictions, and I said, no thanks. Fifth, perfect divine skills. Any class skill I learn gets a god-tier evolution. It's like ordering a hamburger, and they hand you a 5-course steak dinner every single time. Sixth, equipment disguise. I can hide what my gear looks like. Nobody can inspect me. I'm walking around in god-tier equipment, and everyone sees a potato farmer. But then, oh boy, then I get the divine equipment encyclopedia. It's a recipe book for god weapons. The whole thing is a crafting catalog of every divine weapon that exists in the world, and it tells me exactly how to build them. So naturally, like any responsible person, I start browsing immediately. First thing I check, giant swords. Rank 99, the lowest I can see right now, a sword called Mountain Crusher. It gives 500 strength, and every single basic attack creates a shockwave that hits everything within a 100-meter radius for 10 times my strength stat and damage. Every basic attack. Normal giant sword users hit for 2x strength. I hit for 10x. And it's an AoE. Second-tier mages can barely manage 100-meter range with their big spells, and I'm doing it by casually swinging a sword like I'm shooing a fly. I check the crafting recipe and nearly choke. An earth spell book, any crappy iron giant sword, and 10 earth crystals. That's IT. That's like finding out you can build a Ferrari from a shopping cart and some duct tape. Then I look at bows. Rank 99, heavenly cluster bow, 200 agility, and every time I shoot, I fire 100 arrows at once with full bonus effects on each one. 100 arrows. Regular archers are out here carefully lining up one shot, and I'm basically a human Gatling gun. The recipe for this one's harder though. needs rare meteorite metal, specific equipment bonuses absorbed into the bow, and a multi-shot skill book. So not everything's a cakewalk. Then I discover there's gear for every slot. Helmet, chest, boots, pants, necklace, ring, plus weapon. 7 slots total, and the encyclopedia has divine recipes for all of them. Every type of weapon, every type of armor. But here's the catch. I can only see rank 99 stuff right now. Every 5 levels unlocks the next rank. So if I want to see all the god gear, I need to hit level 500. The stuff at rank 99 is already breaking reality, so I cannot even imagine what rank 1 looks like. It probably deletes the server. Meanwhile, someone's telling me to get off the stage because other students need to do their awakening. They're literally rushing me like I just took too long at the self-checkout. Sir, please move along. You got your B rank. Very sad. Next, please. So I walk off looking all defeated while internally, I'm flipping through a divine weapon catalog like it's a luxury shopping magazine. Everyone's whispering about how the great genius fell from grace. The top student. The perfect scores. All 4 stats maxed. And he got armed 1. B rank. Bottom of the barrel. And I'm just walking through the crowd thinking, you people have no idea what's coming. Right. So the ceremony's over. Everyone thinks I'm a failure. And what do? Go shopping, obviously. I head straight to the trading hall with my life savings. 99,320 gold coins. Sounds like a lot, right? That's 12 years of scholarship money. 12 years of being the perfect student, acing every test, maxing every stat, being the poster child of St. Capital Second High. All those years of grinding just to have less money than some rich kid finds in their couch cushions. Quick note about my school situation. Second High is basically the talented but broke school. First High gets all the fancy kids with powerful families. They've got exchange students from other races over there. Elves, dragons, demons. It's like a fantasy United Nations. Meanwhile, at Second High, we're just a bunch of overachieving orphans and regular kids trying to make it. The school was so hyped about me being their golden ticket to prestige. And then I awakened as a B rank armed 1. I swear the principal probably cried in his office. Anyway, I'm at the trading hall, swiping my card, and I pull up the Divine Equipment Encyclopedia to figure out what I can actually afford to build. After browsing, the answer is basically one thing. The giant sword, Mountain Crusher. Everything else is either too expensive or needs rare materials I can't get yet. There's this chest armor called Heart of Fortitude that I'm drooling over. Its effect? Every time I kill a new type of monster, I permanently gain 100 max HP. Kill a boss? 2,000 HP. Kill a world boss? 50,000 HP. And this world has literally billions of monster types. One dungeon alone might have dozens. So this one piece of armor could eventually give me like tens of billions of health points. I'd basically become unkillable. But I can't afford to make it right now, so I just stare at it longingly like a kid pressing his face against a candy store window. Back to Mountain Crusher. Shopping list. 1 earth spell book, 10 earth crystals, and a giant sword. Earth crystals, 4,500 gold each, times 10. That's 45,000 gold. Half my entire savings. Gone. Click. Bought. Earth scroll spell book, 50,000 gold. That's a spell meant for level 60 mages. For them, 50,000 is pocket change. For me, it's literally everything I have left minus lunch money. Click. Bought. Balance remaining, 4,320 gold. I just spent 95,000 gold in about 30 seconds. 12 years of savings. Gone. Like flushing a toilet made of dreams and determination. My heart is physically hurting. If gold coins could scream, mine would be filing a noise complaint. But honestly, if 90,000 gold buys you a god weapon, that's the deal of the century. Normal people spend millions trying to gear up one character. I'm building divine artifacts for scholarship money. Still though, I can't help but sigh. If I had a rich family backing me up, I could be crafting divine weapons like I'm making sandwiches. The bow, the daggers, all the cool stuff in the catalog, they'd all be within reach. But no, I had to reincarnate into an orphanage. Couldn't have picked the demigod's family, the dragon clan. No, just the, congratulations, here's a blanket and a name, starting package. Cool. Thanks, universe. Now I've still got about 4,000 gold left, and I need a giant sword to use as the base for my divine weapon. I could grab the cheapest black iron quality one for 50 gold, but come on. I'm crafting a god weapon. I'm not sticking a divine engine into a rusty bicycle. I've got enough left for a proper silver quality sword, so I start browsing for something with a little more dignity. And that's when one particular silver grade giant sword catches my eye. So I find this giant sword in the shop, the Charge Up Greatsword, silver quality, 20 strength, and it speeds up charged attacks by 200%. Price tag, 1,500 gold. My wallet is screaming. Black iron gear costs 50 gold. Silver costs 1,500. That's a 30x markup. Gold quality gear starts at 15,000. Absolutely not. I'm an orphan, not a Saudi prince. I buy the sword. Then I grab some boots and a robe. After all that shopping, I've got less than 500 gold left. 12 years of savings, part-time jobs paying 1 gold for 2 hours of work, all gone in one afternoon. I spent money faster than a divorced dad at a midlife crisis dealership. I head back to my tiny apartment, courtesy of being student council president and former genius. They're taking it back after exams, by the way. Real generous. Thanks. Now the fun begins. I equip the great sword and hit, convert to divine embryo. Ding. The sword glows, transforms, and BM, it auto-maxes to 3 enhancement. The strength bonus jumps from 20 to 30. But the real upgrade? The original effect was, charge attacks are faster. The evolved version? Every single basic attack is a charged attack now. 3 times normal damage. Every swing. I don't even need to wind up anymore. I'm just casually flicking my wrist and delivering haymakers. But that's just the appetizer. I pull out the Earth spell book, the 10 Earth crystals, and open the Divine Equipment Encyclopedia. Recipe complete. Fuse button glowing. Fuse. My apartment basically explodes. Brown-black light floods the room. The walls crack. The ceiling shakes. Pretty sure my neighbor just had a heart attack. I'll send a card later. I look down at my sword. Mountain Crusher. Divine Weapon. 3 enhanced. Stats, 750 strength. 750. The preview said 500, but my Automax enhancement bumped it up to 750. I started today with 10 strength. I now have 760. At level 1. That's like showing up to a kindergarten fist fight driving a tank. 25% crit rate. 200% crit damage. And the signature effect. Every basic attack creates a 100-meter radius earthquake, dealing 10x my strength and damage. That's 7,600 damage. In a circle, the size of a football field. Every single swing. Oh, and remember the charge-up effect from the original sword? It carried over. So every attack is also a charged heavy strike for triple damage. Which means if the earthquake effect scales with that, 10x strength times 3x charged multiplier equals 30 times damage PR basic attack. I'm level 1. I haven't even entered a dungeon yet. And I'm hitting like a nuclear warhead with a handle. There's also empty slots for more bonus effects, plus sealed effects that unlock when the weapon quality improves. This thing grows. It's not even at full power yet. I'm holding a baby nuke that's going to grow up into a supernova. Oh, and the best part, giant swords normally make you slow and sluggish. Huge penalties to movement and attack speed. But my perfect compatibility, passive, negative effects cancelled. I'm swinging a building-sized sword like it's a chopstick. I slap on my other gear too. The boots became divine embryos, 20 agility, 50% bonus movement, and attack speed. The robe? 15 constitution, 15 agility, 500 HP, and it builds up a shield as I move. Walk 1,500 meters, and I've got a 1,500 point shield plus 30% more speed. I'm basically getting tankier by taking a stroll. The room around me looks like a bomb went off. Cracked walls, dust everywhere, probably structural damage that I absolutely cannot afford to fix with my remaining 400-something gold. Do I clean up? Nope. I've got a god weapon in my hand. I'm vibrating with excitement, and there are dungeons nearby. The mess can wait. The monsters cannot. I need to go hit something with this ridiculous sword and watch physics cry. I grab my gear and walk right back out the door. Destination, nearest dungeon. Purpose, violence testing. So my school has its own dungeon zone. 3 beginner dungeons for freshly graduated students to grind levels. When I show up, the place is buzzing with classmates camping around fires, eating snacks, and, surprise, gossiping about me. Apparently the hot rumor is that Dragon Princess Long Xiao literally cried when she saw my awakening result. Cried. The half-dragon, half-holy girl whose dad could sneeze and destroy a city block. She shed tears for me. The guys were whispering about how we met at some school exchange event last year, and she might have a crush on me. Then someone went, SHHHH, if her dragon dad hears you. How many heads you got to spare, smart man? Self-preservation instincts, excellent. Oh, and another rumor going around, that I was so devastated after my awakening that I went to the trading hall to withdraw money and drink myself stupid. Drink myself stupid. I'm 18. I went shopping. Forgot weapons. But sure, alcoholism. That's the narrative we're going with. When I walk up to the dungeon entrance, everyone goes quiet. Like a funeral. Some kids literally can't look me in the eye. They're treating me like I have a terminal illness. One brave girl, a B-rank holy healer, steps up and offers to party with me. She's all, I'll protect you, which is sweet, but also, ma'am, I am holding a weapon that could flatten this entire forest. I politely decline. The real reason I'm going solo? Party members split experience. 2 people equals 50% each. I did not spend 12 years of savings on a divine weapon just to share my XP like it's a pizza. Then I select my dungeon difficulty. Nightmare mode. Solo. The students behind me collectively lose their minds. Did he just say nightmare? He's alone. A B-rank armed 1 solo on nightmare. Has he gone insane? The genius snapped. Someone call a therapist. I vanish into the portal before anyone can stage an intervention. Inside, it's a dark, creepy forest called Weeping Woods. The welcome committee? Earth spikes shoot up from the ground the second I step in. I dodge back casually. 3 spikes miss me by inches. Cute. Then I notice glowing red eyes everywhere in the darkness. Goblins. Wolves. All level 5 while I'm level 1. In nightmare mode, the basic trash mobs here have 3000 HP. That's boss level health in easy mode. I pull out Mountain Crusher. The air around me literally starts swirling with dust and gravel just from me holding it. I raise it over my head, and I bring it down. 1. Swing. Boom. The ground cracks open. A shockwave rips outward in every direction. Damage numbers fill my vision like confetti at a psychopath's birthday party. Minus 22,941. Minus 19,292. Minus 15,493. Minus 23,924. Minus 23,847. Everything is dead. Goblins. Wolves. Elite monsters. The dungeon boss, some screaming pig-headed thing, vaporized. Every creature within 100 meters just got introduced to the concept of immediate regret. And then the level-up notifications start rolling in like a slot machine hitting jackpot. Level 2. Level 3. Level 4. Level 5. Level 6. Level 7. Level 8. 8 levels. From one swing. I went from level 1 to level 8 by attacking once. The Nightmare Dungeon gives 500% bonus XP. Killing things 4 levels above me gives another 400% bonus. Those multipliers stacked on top of each other and turned one sword swing into an entire afternoon of grinding. I'm standing in a crater surrounded by monster corpses, cracked earth, and absolute devastation. This looks like a meteor hit a zoo. My mouth is twitching. I can't tell if I want to laugh or cry. This is what a divine weapon does. 1 hit. 1 actual hit. Meanwhile, my classmates outside are probably organizing a search party thinking I died in there. That girl who offered to protect me is probably already writing my eulogy. And I'm in here leveling up faster than their gossip spreads. So apparently my 1 swing didn't just kill everything I could see. It killed the boss too. The boss was chilling somewhere deep in the forest, minding his own business, probably eating lunch, and my shockwave traveled across the entire dungeon and murdered him from across the map. He never even got to meet me. I feel almost guilty. Almost. The dungeon completion screen pops up. Clear time, 6 seconds. 6 seconds. The average clear time is 1 hour and 36 minutes. I did it in the time it takes to sneeze twice. It asked me to enter my team name, and I'm like, I don't have a team. It's just me. 1 guy, 1 sword, 1 moment of extreme violence. I type, Hanglow, because I panicked and couldn't think of anything cool. Whatever. I can change it next time. I walk over to find the boss's corpse. It's a level 7, wailing pigman chief, with 50,000 HP nasty skills like blood rage and frenzied blade dance. Sounds terrifying. He's lying face down in the dirt without ever getting to use a single one. Rest in peace, Pigman. You never had a chance. I touch the body, and something magical happens. Lights start rising from every monster corpse across the entire dungeon and flow into the boss. All those little death lights merge together and form a treasure chest. The system grades me. Damage taken, 0. Rating, SSS. Time, 6 seconds. Rating, SSS. Solo clear bonus, extra points. Result, premium treasure chest. Getting SSS rating normally requires hundreds of attempts, perfect teamwork, and deep knowledge of dungeon mechanics. People grind for weeks to get this. I got it on my first try by accidentally sneezing with a sword. I crack open the chest, and it's loaded. 50 health potions, 50 mana potions, rage elixirs, a bunch of silver and bronze gear, and one gold quality greatsword called the Dominator Heavy Blade. Gold quality. That thing would sell for 10 to 20,000 gold coins at the trading hall. The only disappointing thing, the chest gave me 200 gold coins. 200. I spent 95,000 gold today, and the dungeon gives me 200 back. That's like spending your life savings on a house and finding a quarter under the couch cushion. Here's your change, sir. But I'm not selling that gold sword. Oh no, I have much better plans. I pull out Mountain Crusher and tap it against the Dominator Heavy Blade. Higher quality equipment of the same type detected. Absorb to upgrade. Yes. Absorb. Eat it. Consume. The gold sword literally melts into light and gets sucked into Mountain Crusher like a smoothie through a straw. My divine weapon just ate another weapon and got stronger. It's not a sword, it's a predator. New effect unlocked. Hyper Armor Attack. Ultimate. Every basic attack gives me damage reduction of 50% and a shield equal to 10% of my max HP. So now every time I swing, I'm not just obliterating everything in 150 meters. I'm also becoming temporarily invincible while doing it. I'm attacking and defending at the same time. It's like punching someone while wearing a force field. The full stat sheet now? Let me just. Deep breath. Mountain Crusher. Divine weapon. For enhanced, max. Gold quality. Strength. 8,000. 8,000. It was 750 like 20 minutes ago. Upgrading the quality and enhancement level made it jump to 8,000. My strength stat at level 8 is now in the mid-8,000s. For reference, a normal level 1 character has like 5 strength. I have 8,000. That's not a stat advantage, that's a species difference. Crit rate, 30%. Crit damage, 250%. Effect 1. Every basic attack equals 150-meter earthquake at 10x strength damage. Effect 2. Every basic attack equals charged heavy strike at 3x damage. Effect 3. Every basic attack equals 50% damage reduction shield. So let me do the math on a single swing. I hit something. It's automatically a charged attack, 3x. Triggers a 150-meter earthquake, 10x strength. Has a 30% chance to crit for 250% damage. And while all this destruction is happening, I'm taking half damage and hiding behind a shield. I'm level 8. This is my starter dungeon, the one designed for babies. My classmates outside are probably still arguing about whether I'm alive or having a mental breakdown. That healer girl is probably lighting a candle for me, and I'm in here feeding weapons to my sword like it's a hungry pet. So while I'm inside the dungeon admiring my newly upgraded sword like a proud dad at a baby photo shoot, I start crunching some numbers on how this enhancement system works. Turns out, the divine weapons base stats are already calculated at god tier level. They don't change with quality upgrades. What does change is the enhancement cap. At 3, silver quality, you get 1.5x the base stats. At 4, gold quality, you get 2x. So when I upgraded from silver to gold, the enhancement ceiling went up, and my stats jumped from 6,000 to 8,000 strength. Then my brain starts going to dangerous places. I remember from school that, brilliant, quality gear gets an enhancement multiplier of 18x. And, stellar quality? 50 times the base stats. 50 times. I need a moment. I might be hyperventilating. I briefly mourn the gold sword I just fed to Mountain Crusher. Could have sold that for 10 to 20,000 gold coins. But then I remind myself, I just cleared a dungeon in 6 seconds. Money is no longer a problem. I'm basically a walking ATM that pays itself in monster corpses. Now meanwhile, outside the dungeon, absolute chaos. See, every dungeon has a record stone that publicly displays the fastest clear times. And my 6-second nightmare mode solo clear just updated the leaderboard. In public, with my name on it. And the team name, Henglo, which I typed in a panic like an idiot. The previous record? 5 minutes and 44 seconds, set 50 years ago by some legendary senior who went on to become a 4th-tier archmage at the Mage Association. That guy was an S-rank prodigy with a full set of gold equipment. A certified genius who's now one of the most powerful mages in the entire human race. I beat his record by 5 minutes and 38 seconds. The students are freaking out, but at first they don't know it's me. They start speculating. Must be some rich kid with full gold gear. Those wealthy families drop, like 1.8 million gold coins on a full set of maxed out equipment just for levels 1 through 5. Someone else goes. Maybe it's that super warrior Xiaoheba who awakened SS rank today. They're all trying to figure out which overpowered trust fund prodigy could have done this. Then someone actually walks over to the record stone to check the name. And their brain just shuts down. Record holder, Lutzong. Team, Henglo. Clear time, 6 seconds. Lutzong. The student council president. The guy who awakened B rank, armed 1. The orphan everyone was mourning like he died at a funeral 20 minutes ago. The fallen genius, who people thought went drinking out of depression. 6 seconds. Solo. Nightmare mode. I can practically hear the collective system crash happening in their skulls right now. Every student standing at that stone monument is experiencing the blue screen of death in real time. Error 404, logic not found. Someone out there is probably screaming, how do you clear a nightmare dungeon in 6 seconds? And honestly, the answer is really simple. You buy a god weapon with scholarship money, walk in, swing once, and walk out. It's not complicated. It's just that nobody else has a divine equipment encyclopedia and a cheat system from another dimension. But they don't know that. All they see is B-rank loser. 6 seconds. Nightmare. Solo. Good luck processing that, Gossip Squad. So while I'm busy speedrunning dungeons like their tutorial levels, let me tell you what Dragon Princess Long Xiao is doing right now, because it's hilarious by comparison. She's out in a private training zone that her family literally rented out entirely for her. The Holy Church, one of the most powerful organizations in the world, reserved an entire wilderness area just so their precious girl can level up in peace. And how does this work? Her family's servants run around fighting monsters, beating them down to a tiny sliver of health, then drag the half-dead monsters over to her like they're serving breakfast in bed. Here you go, ma'am, one nearly dead goblin, lightly tenderized. Then she taps it once and collects the XP. Even with this 5-star VIP leveling service, it still takes her about 15 hours to hit level 30. Oh, and she awakened S rank, Divine Art Caster, a top-tier magic class that's elite even among S ranks. Her damage numbers? 124, 112, 105, 96. Meanwhile, I'm over here hitting for 22,000 per swing. But sure, her numbers are cute. The best part, though? She's spacing out during training because she's worried about me. Her sister Lonqiangsu is like, girl, forget that boy. He's a B-rank, armed 1. Even our entire church couldn't train him into anything useful. And some old retainer named Old Zhao jumps in with, yeah, he's not even in your league anymore, miss, ma'am. Sir, I appreciate the concern, but I literally just one-shot an entire dungeon from the entrance. I'm fine. More than fine, actually. But please, keep underestimating me. It's fueling something. Xiao also has big plans. She wants to be the first person to reach level 30 this year and grab the first kill on some special challenge dungeon to boost the Holy Church's reputation. That's adorable. We'll see about that. Anyway, back to me. I walk out of the Weeping Forest dungeon, and everyone's staring at me like I'm a ghost. Lutzong, people are calling my name left and right, but I don't have time for autographs. I walk straight past everyone and into the next dungeon. Dusk Graveyard. Level 5 to 15. Nightmare mode. Solo. The students behind me are short-circuiting again. He just came out and went right back in. He doesn't even rest. Wait, he's entering a level 5 to 15 dungeon? That means he already hit level 5 in those 6 seconds. Yeah, buddy. I went from level 1 to level 8 in one sword swing. Keep up. Some kids start debating whether I'll break the record for this dungeon too. A few skeptics go, nah, He probably needs to upgrade his gear first. Armed ones are equipment dependent. Without new weapons, he'll struggle. Yeah, you need to buy new skill books and stuff before the next dungeon. Breaking the record twice seems unlikely. They didn't even finish that sentence. Ding. Dusk Graveyard, Nightmare. Speed record broken. First place. Lutzong clear time. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. I didn't just break the record. I cut my own previous time in half. The first dungeon took me 6 seconds, and I thought that was fast. This one took 3. I'm getting more efficient. My sword is stronger now. The earthquake radius is bigger, and these poor undead monsters in their little graveyard never stood a chance. They were already dead, and I killed them again in 3 seconds. Now, why am I not hiding my strength? Simple math. Right now, nobody can inspect my equipment. My stealth passive hides everything. All anyone sees is B rank armed 1, with no visible explanation. And I want the fame. Not for ego, for resources. Eventually, I'll need rare crafting materials that money can't buy. When that happens, having a reputation as that insane dungeon speedrunner means people will actually want to trade with me. Being a nobody gets you nothing. Being a famous nobody, that gets you everything. Outside the dungeon, every student is standing perfectly still, mouths open, brains buffering. 6 seconds was already impossible. 3 seconds isn't even a number that makes sense for dungeon clearing. Someone whispers, maybe his class mutated? Like those rare cases where a D-rank juggler becomes an S-rank trickster. They're trying so hard to make it make sense. Bless their hearts. It doesn't make sense. That's the point. And I've still got one more dungeon in this zone to clear. So here's my new dungeon strategy. Swing before my eyes even adjust to the darkness. I enter the dusk graveyard. Everything's still black, and I'm already slamming Mountain Crusher into the ground like I'm angry at the planet. Why wait to see what I'm killing? If it's alive and it's in here, it won't be for long. Boom. Damage numbers rain down like a slot machine jackpot. Minus 210,322. Minus 231,010. Minus 243,549. 200,000 per hit. These level 15 monsters have maybe 30,000 HP. I'm overkilling them by like 700%. That's not combat, that's bullying. I feel like I should be arrested. Everything dies simultaneously, which means a beautiful exploit kicks in. Since I killed them all at level 8, every monster counts as a 7-level gap kill. That's 700% bonus XP on top of the 500% nightmare bonus. My experience bar doesn't go up, it teleports. Level 17 instantly. The boss? Some deep gray barrier with 300,000 HP, 2 swings. Dead. 3-second clear. SSS rating. Again. The treasure chest spits out something interesting though. A skill book. An actual armed 1-class skill, weapon dual wield. Original effect. Equip 2 main hand weapons, but lose 20% stats on both. So you invest double the money for only 60% more power. This is why everyone thinks armed ones are garbage. Even our class skills are designed to waste money. But then my cheat system does its thing. Perfect divine skill activated. Weapon dual wield has evolved into dual copy. New effect. When I'm holding a one-handed weapon, I can create a perfect clone of it in my other hand. Same stats. Same effects. Everything. For free. And because my perfect compatibility passive lets me wield giant swords one-handed, I can dual wield giant swords. 2 mountain crushers. 2 earthquakes per attack cycle. Double the strength bonus. While every other warrior in the world needs both hands just to hold one giant sword, I'm swinging 2 around like chopsticks. I basically have 4 arms worth of weapon slots compared to normal people. The stat gap between me and everyone else just went from unfair to should be illegal. I also gear up my entire body with dungeon loot, converting everything into divine. Embryos. Head. Protection circlet. Every time I take damage, I heal back 80% of it. 5-second cooldown. That's basically permanent 80% damage reduction that can stack with healing buffs. I might actually heal more than I get hurt. Ring. Protection band. Generates a 3,400 HP shield every 5 seconds. Just. Automatically. Forever. Like a bodyguard that never sleeps. Necklace. Protection pendant. When something hits me in melee, it gets yeeted 10 meters away. Every 2 seconds. Monsters can't even stay near me. Pants. Chain iron pants. Flat 100 damage reduction on every hit. Not percentage, flat. At low levels, that's basically immunity to chip damage. So let me paint the picture. I swing, and everything in 150 meters explodes. While swinging, I get 50% damage reduction plus a shield. If something somehow survives and hits me, I heal 80% back, get an automatic shield every 5 seconds, and the attacker gets launched 10 meters away. Then I swing again. I am a walking war crime with health insurance. I step out of the dungeon, and the students outside haven't even finished their last conversation about me. I've been gone less than 10 seconds. Their mouths are hanging open. One kid calculated that I've spent more time looting than actually fighting. Which is true. Sorting through treasure chests takes longer than clearing the dungeon. My inventory management is my biggest time sink. That's my bottleneck. Not combat. Organizing my backpack. Someone shouts, he's heading for the next dungeon, and everyone panics because the third dungeon is Black Tomb. A level 15 to 30 nightmare dungeon infamous for being 2 to 3 times harder than anything at the same level. 3 bosses spawn simultaneously. Each one is twice as strong as normal bosses. Teams that can get A rank in other dungeons can barely even clear this one. I walk in. My only concern? Whether one run gives me enough XP to hit level 30, or if I'll need to do it twice. Not, can I survive? Not, is it too hard? Just, is it enough experience in one go, or will this be slightly inconvenient? The notification pops up outside the dungeon before the students can even finish saying, is he seriously? Black Tomb, nightmare, speed record broken. At this point, I've cleared 3 dungeons in roughly 1 minute total. Actual combat time across all 3? Maybe 12 seconds. I've officially spent more time shopping today than fighting. Right, so before I even enter the Black Tomb dungeon, I activate my shiny new dual copy skill. Left hand, Mountain Crusher. Right hand, Mountain Crusher's identical twin. 2 giant swords that each give 17,000 strength at my current level. Total strength, 34,027. I'm level 17. Most level 17 players have maybe 30 strength. I have 34,000. That's not a stat difference. That's a mathematical hate crime. Let me do the fun math. Each Mountain Crusher triggers a 10x strength earthquake. 2 swords equals 20x. At 34,000 strength, that's 680,000 base damage. Then the charged attack multiplier kicks in, 3x everything. Final damage per swing, 1.8 million. The screen goes black as I enter the dungeon. Do I wait for my eyes to adjust? Do I assess the situation? Do I form a tactical plan? No. I swing in the dark like a maniac. Boom, 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 boom. Minus 1,856,556. Minus 1,555,599. 1 second. Everything's dead. All 3 bosses. The ones that are supposedly twice as strong as normal bosses. The ones that make entire teams cry. Atomized before I could even see what they looked like. I literally don't know what the enemies in this dungeon look like. They were alive for 1 second, and I had my eyes closed for that second. We had 0 visual contact. This was the world's fastest blind date, and I murdered everyone at the table. Oh, and the dual wield isn't just double damage. It's double attack speed too, and double equipment effects. So while it looks like a 2x multiplier, it's actually 8x total combat efficiency. And it'll only get crazier as I add more effects to my weapons later. Each new bonus gets doubled. It's compound interest, but for violence. 1 second clear. Black Tomb. Nightmare mode. Outside the dungeon, the students have entered a new dimension of confusion. They've gone past shock, past disbelief, straight into existential crisis territory. 1 second? Wasn't Black Tomb the hardest dungeon we have? He cleared it faster than the easier ones. Is he going to go negative next time? Clear a dungeon before he enters it. And the funniest part, because of my equipment disguise passive, everyone still sees me wearing what looks like a plain little iron sword. A silver robe and silver boots. From their perspective, some kid with a tiny sword and basic clothing just walked into the hardest dungeon in the school and beat it in 1 second. They can't inspect my gear. They can't see my stats. They have 0 explanation for what's happening. Someone finally screams, "Tell the teachers," and someone else goes, "But we graduated." And the first guy yells, "Who cares if we graduated? Go tell them anyway." Meanwhile, back in the school office, my teacher MS. Lee is sitting at her desk, sadly looking at my file, going, "Oh, poor Lutzong. Such wasted potential. Such a shame about the Armed One class." She's practically writing my obituary while filing my paperwork. Then her phone starts exploding. Buzz, 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 20 students messaging her simultaneously. Her chat window is having a seizure. Teacher, Lutzong broke the dungeon record. Teacher, he cleared Black Tomb. Teacher, he broke all the records. Teacher, he did it in under 10 seconds. Teacher, he cleared Black Tomb Nightmare in 1 second. Ms. Lee reads these messages, and her brain performs an emergency shutdown. She's staring at her screen like someone who just got a text saying their goldfish won the lottery. Every individual word makes sense. Lutzong, 1 second, Nightmare Dungeon. She understands all of these words. But put them together? Syntax error. Does not compute. Please restart brain. She was literally writing, "What a shame," on my file 5 minutes ago. Now she's reading that I've done something that shouldn't be physically possible. And I'm just out here, casually dual-wielding 2 earthquake swords, wondering if the dungeon XP was enough to get me to level 30. Because that's my only concern right now. Not, am I strong enough? Not, can I handle it? Just, was that efficient enough? The entire school is losing its mind, and I haven't even been a professional dungeon clearer for 2 hours yet. So the moment my vision clears inside Black Tomb, it's already over. The floor is covered in monster corpses, and the ground looks like someone took a jackhammer to a parking lot. Every single creature, including 3 level 30 boss liches, died before I could even see them. I swung during the loading screen blackout. Again, it's becoming a habit. Let me break down why this is mathematically absurd. Each boss had 1 million HP. That's a number that makes fully geared level 30 players weep. A maxed out player at this stage has maybe 10,000 in their main stat across all their gear, and they have to split some into defense so they don't instantly die. These bosses are supposed to be in-game challenges for 5-person teams of optimized players. I did it solo, in 1 second, at level 17. And the XP? Oh, the XP was obscene. I killed everything at level 17 while the monsters were level 30. That's a 13-level gap, which gives 1,300% bonus experience, plus 500% nightmare bonus. Plus solo clear means no XP splitting. Normal players in a 5-person team at level 30 get the base experience divided by 5. I got the full amount times 65. My actual experience intake was 65 times what a normal person gets from this dungeon. Result, instant level 30. The cap before second job advancement. I actually had so much overflow XP that I would have hit level 40 if the system didn't lock you at 30 until you complete the advancement quest. I'm literally too experienced for my own level. The game can't process me fast enough. Meanwhile, back in the school office, Ms. Lee is having the most confusing evening of her career. More and more students keep messaging her. Not just her class, all classes, and every message says the same impossible thing. She's sitting there thinking, is this a new type of scam? Are my students running a prank? Is this a surprise party? She actually convinces herself it must be a graduation surprise. Oh, those little rascals. They want to trick me into coming to the dungeon zone for a party. How sweet, ma'am. The only party that happened in that dungeon zone was the one I threw for every monster's funeral. She gets up and heads to the dungeon area to catch them in the act. She's going to look at that record stone and need medical attention. Now, the best part of this chapter. While I'm casually becoming a god, guess who shows up at MY School's dungeon zone? Xiao Ji Ba, the warrior dynasty kid. SS rank super warrior. The guy whose family has been punching things professionally for 3 generations. He's decked out in a full set of level 5 gold quality gear, all maxed to 4 enhancement. His family bought it all for him before he even awakened. He's also got 2 broken class skills. One doubles his strength every 3rd hit, and one boosts all stats by 50%. Both are basically legal cheats. His dad, the Warrior Association president, is literally standing next to him, giving him a pep talk like a soccer mom at a championship game. Son, it's time to prove yourself. Make them forget about that nobody loot song. You are the strongest genius. Go break the Weeping Forest nightmare record. The old record holder was only an S-rank berserker from our association. You're SS rank. You'll crush it, buddy. Pal. My dear sweet summer warrior child. The record you're about to try to break? It's not 5 minutes and 44 seconds anymore. It's 6 seconds. Set by me. The B rank. Nobody. Your dad just told you to make people forget about. And that's the easy dungeon. I did the hard one in 1 second. You're about to walk up to that record stone and discover that the mountain you came to climb has been replaced with outer space. I almost feel bad. Almost. But mostly I'm opening my treasure chest hoping for gold quality gear I can sell, because a god still needs grocery money. So I open my third premium treasure chest of the day, another gold quality helmet called Holy Crown. I slap it onto my head, convert it to a divine embryo, and now I've got a shield worth 3x my spirit stat that regenerates every 10 seconds. My head is now better protected than a bank vault. At this rate, my gear is becoming so defensive that monsters will hurt themselves trying to hit me. But here's my problem. I'm level 30 now, which means I need to do my second job advancement before leveling further. I actually had overflow experience, enough to be level 40, but the system said, nope, advance first. The game is holding my XP hostage. More importantly, I need money. I checked the Divine Encyclopedia for what I can craft next, and my dream armor, Heart of Fortitude, the one that permanently stacks HP every time I kill a new monster type, needs 100 life crystals. Each one costs 20,000 gold. That's 2 million gold total. The other materials are basically pocket change. Dragon hide for 1 gold each, a giant's heart for 50 gold. But those crystals? Financial violence. Then I remember something beautiful. Every year, the brilliant gem trading company runs a level rush competition for new graduates. First person to hit level 30 wins 1 million gold coins. It's basically designed for rich kids whose families dump millions into power leveling them. The previous speed record? 14 hours and 25 minutes, set by the guy who's now a 4th-tier archmage, one of the strongest humans alive. I did it in under 1 hour. I teleport to the trading company and walk up to the receptionist. Hi, I'm here to claim the level rush prize. I'm level 30. This poor woman. You can see her soul leave her body for a second. The awakening ceremony started 1 hour ago. Some schools haven't even finished their ceremonies yet. And here's some teenager casually telling her he's already maxed out the pre-advancement levels. She's worked here for over a decade. She had speeches prepared for dealing with troublemakers. 12 years of customer service training. Elegant, professional responses for every possible scenario. She was ready to politely tell me to stop wasting her time. But she's a professional, so she smiles and leads me to the verification machine. I put my hand on it. Beep. Name, Lutzong. Level, 30. Class, Armed 1. School, St. Capital's Second High. Time since awakening, less than 1 day. Prize awarded, 1 million gold coins. The money just hits my account. No ceremony. No questions. Just ding. You're a millionaire. I love this company. 5 stars. Would get rich again. The receptionist is standing there with her jaw muscles twitching. All those prepared speeches? Useless. The troublemaker was telling the truth. She's experiencing a professional crisis. Then in the back office, the manager, some veteran corporate guy who's been drinking tea and coasting through an easy desk job for years, sees the notification pop up on his screen. Level rush competition. First place winner. Prize distributed. He spits his tea across the room. His brain does the same speedrun mine did in the dungeons. Instant calculation. Either the machine is broken, or someone actually hit level 30 in 1 hour. Either way, do not let that person leave. He checks the name. Lutzong, the famous genius. The infamous Armed 1. The biggest disappointment in the city. Who apparently just did something that obliterates the all-time record by 13 hours. He starts screaming at the receptionist through the intercom. Stop him. Bring him to me. Don't let him walk out. But I've already turned around with my million gold coins. Thanks, bye, great doing business. Now, the absolute best scene of the day. Back at the school dungeon zone. Guess who shows up? Warrior Dad, Xiao Batian, president of the Warrior Association's local branch, dragging his son Xiao Heba along like a show pony. They run into my teacher Ms. Li, who's standing in front of the dungeon looking confused because she still hasn't fully processed the student messages. Warrior Dad sees the teacher and immediately starts showing off. Oh, Teacher Li, look at my son. SS rank Super Warrior. The best in our family's history. He couldn't have done it without your guidance at that exchange event. He's practically shouting, Super Warrior, so loud the entire dungeon zone hears him. subtle as a freight train. Misley just looks at him quietly. Warrior Dad then goes, "We're here to break all the dungeon records. Don't worry about the prize money. Consider it a donation to your school. Just give us some good publicity." Ms. Lee's face does something weird. Her expression gets strange. She goes, "Break the records? All of them? You sure about that?" Warrior Dad slaps his own son on the head so hard the kid's feet sink into the ground. "Of course I'm sure. These records are ancient history. Son, let's aim for 10 seconds faster than the old record of 5 minutes 44 seconds. He swaggers over to the record stone monument, all confident, chest puffed out, ready to watch his boy's name go up in lights. He opens the leaderboard and freezes. First place, Lutzong, 6 seconds. I would pay another 1,000,000 gold coins to see the look on that man's face right now. So back at the school dungeon zone, Warrior Dad Xiao Batian is having the worst field trip of his life. He checks the Weeping Forest record stone. First place, Lutzong, 6 seconds. His eye twitches. "Must be broken," he says. Misley goes, "Record stones don't break. Also, check the other two." He runs to Dusk Graveyard. First place, Lutzong, 3 seconds. Cleared 1 minute after the first dungeon. His face is doing things faces shouldn't do. Then he looks at Black Tomb. The hard dungeon. First place, Lutzong, 1 second. The man is fully petrified. His brain has left the building. He came here to watch his SS rank son flex on old records, and instead he's staring at numbers that shouldn't exist, set by the kid he was trash-talking 5 minutes ago. And his son Xiaoheba? Oh, this poor kid. 3 years of being overshadowed by me. 3 years of being the other genius. Today was supposed to be his liberation day. I got a B rank class. He got SS rank. Finally, the curse was broken. He was free. For about 45 minutes. Now he's looking at 6 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second, and realizing the shadow just got darker. Break these records? With what? A time machine? He hasn't even touched a monster yet, and I've already cleared every dungeon in the school. The kid's internal monologue is basically just screaming. Misley is standing there shrugging like, "Yeah, I don't get it either. Welcome to my confusion." Meanwhile, I'm at the brilliant gem trading company getting the VIP treatment. The manager, some chubby corporate dude named Manager Huang, dragged me into his office after nearly choking on his tea when my prize notification popped up. He verified my stats himself. Level 30. Real. 1 hour. His brain almost didn't survive. Then he hands me a gold membership card. 7% discount on everything in the company, forever. I do some quick math. That saves me 140,000 gold on the Heart of Fortitude materials alone. 2 sentences of conversation just earned me a luxury car's worth of savings. Acceptable. Then he hits me with a business proposal. The company wants me to represent them in this year's Challenge Dungeon, a special dungeon that opens after Awakening Day that the entire Eastern region watches. They want me to clear it first, put their company name on the leaderboard, and they'll pay me 2,000,000 gold. 2 million. I keep my face completely neutral while my throat does an involuntary swallow. Inside my head, fireworks, confetti, a marching band. But outside, ice-cold poker face. I tap the table casually. What if my record stays at number 1 for a long time? 2 million seems a little low, don't you think? Behind the scenes, the company's real boss is watching through Manager Huang's earpiece. And this guy is thinking, cute kid, trying to negotiate. He's just a B-rank armed one. There's 5 SS rank players this year and a dozen top-tier S ranks. He'll hold first place for maybe a day before someone stomps his record. Let's humor him. So they counteroffer. 1,000,000 gold per day, your record stays at number 1. The moment you drop from first place, the deal's over. And if you reclaim first after losing it, that doesn't count. They think they're being clever. They're essentially betting that with 5 SS rank prodigies and their mega-rich families, there's no way a B-rank armed one holds the top spot for more than a day or two. It's like offering $1 billion to someone if they can outrun a Ferrari. Safe bet, right? Except I'm the Ferrari and they just bet against me. 1,000,000 gold. Per day. For keeping a dungeon record, I have to physically cover my mouth. I'm biting my cheek. I'm mentally replaying every sad memory I have. Orphanage, no parents, eating cheap food. Anything to keep from bursting out laughing. I force my voice into the most serious, grave tone I can manage. Very well. Let's sign. The contract comes out. I read every line. Clean, no tricks. The brilliant gem trading company is too big to scam over something like this. I sign my name. Contract activated. 2 million upfront, plus 1 million per day at number 1. These people just gave me an infinite money printer, and they don't even know it. Then, before leaving, I stopped Manager Huang. Actually, those 2 million coins, can you convert them into materials for me? I hand him a shopping list for Heart of Fortitude. Since I'm already here and I have a discount card, might as well do one-stop shopping. Why make 2 trips when you can craft a divine armor on your way out? I walked in broke. I'm walking out with 1 million from the race, 2 million from the sponsorship deal, a VIP card, and a shopping bag full of god-tier crafting materials. Not bad for someone whose career died an hour ago. So I crafted Heart of Fortitude in some random alley like a back alley arms dealer, and let me just say, this armor is filthy. 150,000 max HP, health regeneration of 2,000 per second, and the original, Vigorous Life, bonus on the base armor, used to give 5% max HP increase. After Divine Embryo conversion, 30%, 6 times stronger. My health instantly shoots past 200,000. I'm level 30 with the HP of a dungeon boss. Most players at this level have maybe a few thousand. I have 200,000, and I haven't even started stacking yet. Every new monster type I kill equals permanent 100 HP forever. This world has billions of monster types. My health bar is going to need its own zip code. Then I turn off Do Not Disturb mode, and my message inbox basically detonates. Ms. Lee, where are you? How did you clear those dungeons? Explain yourself. Student Council Vice President. Lutzong, you're amazing. Can you carry me through a dungeon? Please. Pretty please. Classmate Zhang Wei. Lord Lu. Teach me your ways. Some other guy. I'm kneeling. Literally kneeling. I reply to Ms. Lee. At the Job Advancement Temple. Talk later. Also, save my record-breaking bonus money for me. 3 records broken equals 300,000 gold in school prize money. Not bad for a side hustle. Now, back at the brilliant gem trading company, Manager Huang is having a wonderful evening of tea and social media browsing. The trending news is all about me being a failure. Former genius, now trash. B rank armed 1 LOL. Cancel the talent evaluation system. Only bloodlines matter. Greatest genius? Greatest joke. He's reading this with a smug grin because he knows something nobody else does, that I hit level 30 in an hour. He's savoring the moment, thinking about how shocked everyone will be when they find out. Then new articles start climbing the trending page. Fast. 6 seconds Weeping Forest. 3 seconds Dusk Graveyard. 1 second Black Tomb. God-tier genius LUCNG. The genius didn't fall. He just chose a different way to rise. Manager Huang clicks on them. Reads them. Official media sources. Not fake. His teacup hits the floor and shatters. Then the realization hits him like a freight train made of regret. He just signed a contract promising me 1 million gold per day. My dungeon record stays at number 1. And I'm clearing dungeons in 1 second. 1 second. Who is going to break a 1-second record? That's not even a time. That's a rounding error. You literally cannot enter a dungeon, find the boss, and kill it faster than 1 second. It's physically impossible to beat. His brain starts doing math. Combat class lifespans max out around 200 years. If my record holds for my entire life, that's roughly 73,000 days. At 1 million per day, 700 billion gold coins. Manager Huang is staring at the ceiling, watching his company's financial future evaporate in real time. Lutzong, he whispers to himself, please. When you do the challenge dungeon, please be slower. He's praying for me to be bad at my job. The man is literally hoping his investment underperforms. This is the funniest contract in commercial history. Meanwhile, I walk into the Job Advancement Temple like it's a convenience store. Slap my hand on an advancement crystal. Level 30? Check. Second advancement. Let's go. The system offers me difficulty choices. S-rank task. Become a divine armorer. Cool. SS rank task. Same, plus a random rank. 90 divine weapon and platinum quality. SSS rank task. Same, plus a random rank. 10 divine weapon and platinum, plus my own personal divine temple. Are you kidding me? No easy option. Most people get difficulty D through A. Some get S. I start at S with the ceiling at SSS. There's no casual button. This is like a test where the lowest grade is an A and the highest is, fight God. But that SSS reward. A rank 10 divine weapon? My Mountain Crusher is rank 99, the absolute bottom of the list, and it's already making me one-shot everything. Rank 10 might literally break reality. There's no universe where I pick anything else. SSS. Give me SSS. A pillar of light slams down from the sky and engulfs my entire body. The whole advancement temple lights up like a stadium. Every single person in the building stops what they're doing. What was that? Is that a SSS rank advancement quest? SSS rank means SSS rank class. When did we get a SSS rank awakener? Wait, today's awakening day. Did someone hit level 30 already? In 1 hour. That's impossible. Even for SSS rank classes, the light fades. Everyone stares at me. Tall, handsome, radiating main character energy, so hard it's basically an area of effect debuff. Someone squints. Wait, isn't that Lutzong? Yeah, it's me. The B rank, armed one. The biggest disappointment in Saint Capital. The orphan with no background. Standing in the advancement temple, bathed in SSS rank light. About 60 minutes after everyone decided my career was dead. Surprise. So my SSS rank advancement quest pops up, and it's got 2 tasks. Task 1. Solo kill 10 world bosses. Solo. Kill 10 world bosses. These are monsters that normally require armies of thousands of people to take down. Everyone fights for hours just hoping to land the final hit. And I need to do it alone? 10 times? That's not a quest. That's a restraining order from the game developers. Task 2. Own 2 or more divine weapons. Okay, this one I've already half completed since I have Mountain Crusher and Heart of Fortitude. But for literally anyone else in the world, owning even one divine weapon at level 30 is impossible because nobody else knows how to make them. This quest was designed to be unfair, and I'm the only person alive who can cheese it. No wonder half the SSS rank players in history couldn't finish their SSS advancement. These tasks are psychotic. Meanwhile, back at the school dungeon zone, Warrior Dad is having a complete emotional shutdown. He checks all 3 record stones. 6 seconds. 3 seconds. 1 second. All me. His son Xiao Heba is standing behind him looking like someone canceled Christmas. Dad, do we still break the records? Warrior Dad's face goes dark. Break what? Let's go. We're leaving. He drags his son away to go power level at the Warrior Association instead. The man came to flex and left with his tail between his legs. His SS rank prodigy son didn't even enter a single dungeon. They just looked at my records and went home. I've never felt so powerful without being in the room. The other students at school are having existential crises too. Are we really this far behind him? Even as a B rank armed one, he's untouchable. Kids are staring at dungeon entrances feeling like their lives are meaningless. I've accidentally caused a school-wide depression. Back in the city, news about me is exploding on social media. First it was all, genius is trash, articles. Now, complete reversal. He didn't fall. He's rising in a way nobody expected. God-tier dungeon killer. Is armed one really B rank? Lutzong spotted at advancement temple. SSS level phenomenon detected. Organizations that ghosted me after my B rank awakening are suddenly sliding back into my DMs. Adventure teams sending recruitment offers. Combat associations sending special invitations. Oh, now you want me? Where were you 45 minutes ago when I was the city's biggest joke? Get in line. I ignore all of them because I have bigger fish to fry. I check the community board and find out this year's new level 30 exploration zone opened near St. Leon City, a joint city where humans and forest elves live together. It's only about 2 hours away by express airship. Thank God. Some years the new zones open halfway across the world and take 10 days to reach. If that happened, my speed advantage would be worthless. I head to the airport, the skyport, and buy a ticket. Express to St. Leon City. 18,888 gold coins. My heart physically hurts. I just paid almost 19,000 gold for a plane ticket. This is first-class trauma. But time is money, and right now there are world bosses sitting in unclaimed territory that nobody else can reach yet because nobody else is level 30. Every boss I kill solo is worth at minimum 100 million gold. I can cry about the ticket later. And then I step into the skyport properly, and oh wow, Elves. Real, actual, pointy-eared, beautiful elves walking around with golden and silver hair. Dwarves in iron helmets with muscles the size of my head. Lizard people. Cat girls with actual cat ears and tails wearing fighting gloves. A vampire girl with an umbrella and pale skin. Dragons flying overhead between thousands of airships docking and launching. I've been reincarnated in this world for 18 years, and this is the first time I'm actually seeing it. My entire life has been a 5-kilometer circle between school and my apartment. I've been living in fantasy Hogwarts and never left campus. All my knowledge about elves and dragons came from textbooks. I've been reading about the buffet menu without ever eating. Kids couldn't leave their zones before awakening because a level 0 student could get killed by literally any monster. No social media either, just basic texting. I've essentially been in fantasy prison for 18 years, studying for a career lottery while the most incredible world imaginable existed just outside. And now I'm boarding an express airship called the Conch, surrounded by sword-wielding warriors with door-sized blades, mages in colorful hats, catgirl fighters, and vampire girls with parasols. This is what an ice guy is supposed to feel like. Took 18 years, but we finally got here. The intercom announces departure in 15 minutes. Standard safety rules. Don't stick body parts outside the protective barrier. Don't use skills on board. No flying. No summoning creatures. You know you're in a fantasy world when, please don't summon things on the airplane, is a standard safety announcement. So I hop on the express airship, the Conch, and for 2 hours I just exist, standing at the railing, watching clouds zoom past, seeing flying dragons and bird monsters get left in our dust. This ship is fast. There's a magical barrier blocking the wind, so I can just lean on the railing and enjoy the view like some anime protagonist having a contemplative moment. Meanwhile, the airship is crawling with scammers. One dude is selling secret dungeon guides for 500 gold. Another guy is hawking an exclusive high-level party chat group for 1,888 gold. You don't want your kid to be alone in St. Leon City, do you, ma'am? And some genius is selling tree roots for 188 gold claiming they could save your life someday. It's literally an airplane gift shop, but for fantasy nerds. Airport pricing transcends dimensions apparently. I don't buy a single thing. We land in St. Leon City, and it's gorgeous. The whole city glows soft green. It's a joint city where humans and forest elves live together. And let me tell you, the elves are, well, let's just say the city lives up to the fantasy paradise description. Blonde hair, pointed ears, and proportions that defy biological explanation. I mutter, this city is heaven, and immediately force myself to focus. There are world bosses to murder. Stay on target, Lutzong. First order of business, transportation. I need to reach the new map zone at Broken Ridge Mountains ASAP. So I hit up a mount rental shop. The menu is absolutely criminal. Skeletal war horse, 2,000 gold/day. Warning, all bones. Without a special saddle, your butt will hurt. Swift ground dragon, 3,000/day. Low-key black dragon. Best value. Unicorn, 5,000/day. Very handsome. Essential for picking up girls. Phantom war horse, 17,000/day. Black flames under hooves. Can briefly walk on air. Extremely cool. Wind magic dragon, 30 million gold/day. Speed, 12,000 kilometers per hour. A 4th-tier combat dragon, 30 million a day? For a rental? That's not a mount, that's a mortgage. But then again, it is a level 180 combat dragon that could probably destroy a city, so fair pricing. Doesn't matter anyway. Mounts over level 60 can't enter the new zone. So all the fancy ones are useless to me. I picked the cheapest option, the bone horse. 2,000 gold per day, 3 days, plus a 200,000 gold deposit. The shop owner helpfully adds, kid, don't crash it. If you can't pay, you'll end up in arbitration court. Don't want to go to jail at your age, sir. I'm your customer. Why is, you'll go to jail, part of your sales pitch? Does this work on other people? I buy a 50 gold premium undead saddle because I value my tailbone, and ride out into the streets of St. Leon City on a glowing black skeleton horse trailing dark smoke. Very inconspicuous. Very subtle. On the road, some jerk riding a massive earth dragon blows past me, and leaves a cloud of dirt and rocks in my face. I'm coughing and squinting through the dust. Do you have no manners? Riding an earth dragon on a public road. It's like getting coal rolled by a lifted truck, but the truck is a dinosaur. When I get rich, I mutter, I'm getting a better mount. Even if I make speed boots, I'm still getting one. Out of spite, I also stop at a general store for 10 energy potions, 500 gold each. They prevent sleepiness and fatigue. The cost is probably 100 gold to make, but it's awakening day, so every merchant is price gouging. Potion makers are the real winners in this economy. Life skill classes might actually be the smart choice. Who needs to fight when you can sell overpriced juice to people who do fight? Along the road, I see the real reality of this world. D-rank fighters, which make up 70% of all combat classes, standing in fields, spending 2 minutes killing a single red-eyed rabbit for 2 experience points. 60 XP per hour. At that rate, hitting level 30 would take weeks. These are the normal people. The baseline. The majority. While I'm complaining about clearing dungeons in 3 seconds instead of 1, these guys are celebrating when they kill a bunny without dying. It's humbling for about 4 seconds. Then I remember I have world bosses to hunt, and the humility evaporates. I reached the Broken Ridge Mountains, the new zone, sealed behind a glowing barrier that only this year's level 30 graduates can enter. Some poor kid grinding rabbits nearby sees me charging full speed at the barrier on my skeleton horse and panics. Bro, there's a barrier. You can't get in. Whoosh. I pass right through. Horse and all. Gone. The kid stands there with his mouth open. Did that guy just? But you need to be level 30. The awakening was 1 hour ago. Sorry, buddy. Can't hear you. I'm already inside. And I'm the only one here. The entire unexplored zone, full of world bosses, treasure chests, rare materials, mineral veins, things money literally cannot buy, is all mine for the next 10+ hours. While everyone else is still grinding to level 10, I have an entire continent's worth of loot with nobody to compete against. It's like being the first person at an all-you-can-eat buffet, except the buffet is the size of a country and serves divine weapon ingredients. Oh, and somewhere out there in the Dragon Realm's level 60 to 100 zone, a team of golden dragons is fighting a world boss right now, trying to claim this year's world first kill achievement. That's cute. I wonder how they'll feel when a level 30 orphan with a bone horse beats them to it. I cross through the barrier into the Broken Ridge Mountains, and immediately my jaw drops. It's a massive open grassland stretched across rolling mountains, and scattered across it like someone threw a handful of presents out of a helicopter are dozens of treasure chests. Just sitting there. On the grass, unguarded, free. This is actual heaven. I'd heard that new maps are treasure paradises if you arrive early, but seeing it? It's like walking into a store after closing and realizing nobody locked the door. And I'm the only customer. For the next 10+ hours. In a store the size of a mountain range. I start riding my bone horse toward the good stuff when a white leopard spawns next to me. Level 30. 6,000 HP. It gets into attack position, all aggressive, teeth bared, ready to pounce. I pull out both mountain crushers and swing. Minus 3,599,998. The leopard had 6,000 health. I hit it for 3.6 million. I overkilled it by roughly 600 times. That's not murder, that's theoretical violence. The leopard didn't die. It was erased from the concept of existence. But the beautiful part? Heart of Fortitude activates. First kill, white leopard, 100 max HP permanently. First kill, fluff worm, 100 max HP. First kill, wire mouse, 100 max HP. First kill, black wolf, 100 max HP. First kill, white leopard king, boss, 2000 max HP, 2600 permanent HP from one swing. Just casually riding along, swinging my sword like I'm mowing the lawn, and my health bar is growing in real time. Every new monster species I encounter is basically a health potion I eat with my sword. I gallop toward the shiny chests, swinging at anything alive along the way. Boom. 100 HP. Poison caterpillar. Boom. 100 HP. Fire lizard. Boom. 100 HP. Burrowing rat. Boom. 100 HP. Spike scorpion. Boom. 100 HP. Fat lip slug. Boom. 100 HP. Big hat mushroom. I'm gaining HP like a mobile game character collecting coins. Each area has maybe 5 or 6 unique species before they start repeating, and repeats don't count. So the optimal strategy is obvious. Keep moving. Cover as much ground as possible. Hit every zone once. Collect monster types like Pokemon, but violently. I reach a silver chest and crack it open. A silver shield, some potions, and 4,000 gold. Total value, maybe 7,000 gold. And my immediate reaction? This is a waste of my time. 7,000 free gold from a chest I found on the ground, and I'm calling it inefficient. Because technically, I could speedrun Black Tomb in 1 second and make more from the premium chest there. I've become so broken that free money disappoints me. I need financial therapy. Then I spotted in the distance a gold chest. Big, shiny, beautiful. And standing next to it is a level 45 Rage Bear King with 1.5 million HP, surrounded by minions. Normal people would see the bear and think, obstacle. I see the bear and think, that's 2,000 free HP and a gold chest dessert. This bear isn't guarding the treasure from me. It's guarding it for me, like a very angry gift wrapper. Meanwhile, back in Saint Capital, let me update you on Dragon Princess's progress. 3.5 hours of non-stop grinding. An entire army of servants dragging wounded monsters to her feet. Skill after skill, no breaks, drinking premium energy potions, learning new abilities mid-combat. The most efficient leveling system that thousands of years of noble families have perfected. Her level, 16. My level, 30. Achieved in under 1 hour. While she has a platoon of helpers, I had 1 sword and an attitude. Her damage numbers? 1,202. 1,293. 1,042. My damage numbers? 3,599,998. She's hitting in the thousands. I'm hitting in the millions. There are more zeros in the gap between our damage than in her actual damage. During her 5-minute rest break, she opens social media and her brain short-circuits. The feed is wall-to-wall Lutzong news. Every organization in the city is fighting over me. Warrior Association. Armed ones use weapons. Therefore, Lutzong is a warrior. Join US. Mage Association. Armed ones can equip staffs. Therefore, Lutzong is a mage. Join US. Storm Church. We don't have a reason. We just want him. She's reading all this with stars in her eyes. He's not a failure. I knew it. Sister, look. He's still a genius. Her older sister Lonky Angsu, however, is the designated party pooper. She sighs and says, "Xiao Xiao. This might not be good news. 1 second dungeon clears. He might have used a forbidden one-time technique. Some mutated classes get a single ultimate attack they can only use once in their lifetime. He might have burned it for a dungeon record. She thinks I used my life's ultimate move on a level 15 dungeon. For clout? Ma'am, I cleared 3 dungeons. Was the theory that I had 3 once-in-a-lifetime moves and used all of them in the same minute? On starter dungeons? But sure, keep theorizing. I'm busy riding a skeleton horse through a treasure field, dual-wielding earthquake swords, permanently gaining health from every living creature I murder, and heading straight for a bear that's about to become both a health snack and a loot piñata. Life's good when you're the only player on the server. So while I'm out here living my best life, let me tell you what Dragon Princess and her sister are theorizing about me right now. It's hilarious. Big sister Lonky Angsu has decided that I must have used a forbidden one-time technique, some kind of mutant ability that's insanely powerful but can only ever be used once, and comes with horrifying side effects. Blindness, lost limbs, a life of suffering. She's basically convinced I traded my entire future for a dungeon speedrun record. Xiao Xiao is literally trembling with worry. You mean, he sacrificed everything just for that? His whole life is ruined. Her sister nods gravely. It's the only explanation. No newly awakened person could 1 second a nightmare dungeon otherwise, ma'am. I did it 3 times. In a row. Did I supposedly have 3 forbidden life-ruining techniques and just casually burn them all for school dungeon records? Like some maniac spending his retirement savings on scratch tickets? The logic has more holes than the ground after I swing my sword. And the organization's trying to recruit me? Lonky Angsu thinks they're just gambling on my fame. They figure even if he's a cripple now, it costs them nothing to add 1 more pair of chopsticks at the table. 1 more pair of chopsticks. That's how they see me. Meanwhile, I'm dual-wielding earthquake godswords and gaining permanent HP every time I breathe near a monster. But sure, chopsticks. Anyway, back to actual important things. Me, committing mass extinction across the Broken Ridge Mountains. I one-shot the Rage Bear King. 1.5 million HP? Please. I hit for 3.6 million. The bear was dead before the shockwave finished expanding. All its little bear minions? Also dead. Heart of Fortitude goes ding. 2,100 max HP. The bear existed solely to make my health bar bigger. Thank you for your service, Mr. Bear. I loot the body and get some fur, 1,000 gold, and a skeleton summoning necklace. Effect. Summon one skeleton that's the same level as me. I convert it to a divine embryo. Now it summons a hero tier skeleton every 30 seconds. Is it useful? For normal people, a hero tier summon every 30 seconds would be game-changing. For me, I can one-shot boss tier creatures. A hero tier skeleton following me around would just be a spectator, a little bone buddy watching me flatten the landscape. I'd feel bad for him, honestly. Hey skeleton, watch me do your job, but 10,000 times better. Not today. Then I open the gold chest and nearly scream. Wind Spirit Grass X10. This is one of the key materials for crafting the rank 97 Divine Boots, 1,000-mile sprint boots, which give 100x movement speed out of combat and multiply with other speed buffs. These boots would make me faster than the 17,000 gold per day Phantom War Horse. Faster than most flying mounts. I'd essentially become a human jet engine. And Wind Spirit Grass costs 500,000 gold per unit on the market. 10 of them is 5 million gold worth of material. Just sitting in a chest, on the ground, in a field, that I found while casually jogging past on a rental skeleton horse. Being first to a new map is literally a cheat code for wealth. But the real prize from this chest is a gold quality ring called Absorption Ring. Original effect. Absorb loot within 50 meters. I convert it to Divine Embryo, and the range jumps to 1,000 meters. Plus 1,000 extra inventory slots. This ring is the answer to my biggest psychological problem. See, in my past life, I was that player. The one who loots everything. Every barrel, every corpse, every single copper coin in a forgotten corner of the map. I'd run across an entire zone to pick up a free health potion worth 2 gold. It's a sickness. And in this world, every swing of my sword kills like 80 monsters across a football field, and I was just leaving all their loot on the ground because I didn't have time to check every body. It was killing me inside. My gamer soul was screaming. Now, everything within a kilometer automatically flies into my backpack. Loot just streams into my ring like a vacuum cleaner for treasure. I immediately absorb all the nearby corpse drops and get deer skin, leopard hide, scorpion venom, and 5 copper coins. 5 copper coins. I set the filter to ignore gray and white quality junk. I'm a vacuum cleaner with standards. Then, just as I'm about to ride toward the next chest, boom, the ground shakes. I look toward the mountains and see it. Moving through the tree line on the mountainside. Something massive. A giant turtle-like creature, slow and enormous, pushing through the forest. My eyes go wide. Not with fear. With hunger. Finally, there you are, world boss. My second advancement quest needs 10 of these. And this one just showed up like room service I didn't order. Every major faction in the world sends armies to fight world bosses. Thousands of players. Coordinated strategies. Hours of combat. Politics over who gets the final hit. Guilds have gone to war over world boss loot. I'm going to solo it on a rental horse. Let's go, Mr. Turtle. You're about to become 50,000 permanent HP and a fat stack of loot. So the world boss is about 150 kilometers away. Even on my skeleton horse at full speed, that's roughly 30 minutes of riding. This map is enormous. It's designed to hold all of the Eastern human race's new graduates. That's about 1 billion people per year. And right now, it's just me in here. One guy on a rented bone horse in a map built for 1 billion. I'm basically an ant in a football stadium, except the ant has 2 earthquake swords and an anger management problem. I start galloping toward the world boss, and along the way I do what I've been doing, casually swinging Mountain Crusher at anything alive while riding at full speed. Boom. 100 HP, Fire Lizard King boss. 2000 HP, boom. 100 HP, 100 HP. Ice Water Scorpion Boss, 2000 HP. Boom. 100 HP. Rabid Zombie King Boss, 2000 HP. I'm horseback lawn mowing through an entire ecosystem. Every swing leaves a crater filled with corpses, and my health bar grows like a progress bar, downloading immortality. The new absorption ring is vacuuming up all the loot automatically within a kilometer, so I don't even need to stop. I'm a moving natural disaster with a built-in Roomba. Half an hour of this, and I check my stats. HP, 402,290. 400,000. I started this trip with 200,000. My health doubled in 30 minutes just from riding in a straight line and swinging. Give me another 10 hours alone in here, and I'll hit 2 million. At that point, I won't just be tankier than bosses. I'll be tankier than some buildings. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is losing its mind. Someone outside the barrier filmed me entering on my skeleton horse and posted it. The video goes viral on the community network. The comments are incredible. Someone's already eyeing the new zone. Who's riding a skeleton horse? That's only worth 1 million gold. This isn't some rich family's kid. They'd be on a baby dragon at minimum. Forget the horse. He's inside. That means he's level 30. Today, wait. Isn't there that guy from St. Capital who 1 second cleared a dungeon? The level rush prize has already been claimed? First place is gone. He's in there alone with all those treasure chests for 10 hours. People are going absolutely green with envy. All those chests, all those rare materials, all those bosses, and I have zero competition for over half a day. Someone calculated that I'm basically printing money just by existing inside the barrier. Then there's Chu He, the demigod's grandson, SS rank forbidden mage, the guy I used to destroy at every academic competition in high school. He's grinding in some desert with his own private leveling army, and he sees the news. How long until I hit 30? He asks his butler. 10 hours, young master. We designed the optimal leveling plan specifically for your class. You should have been the first person to reach 30 this year. Should have, doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. His butler tries to comfort him. Young master, Lutzong clearly used a forbidden one-time technique. He's probably crippled now. Don't stress yourself competing with a disabled person. Everyone has the same theory. Forbidden technique. Side effects. He's probably blind now, or missing a limb, or suffering eternally. They've collectively decided that I must have sacrificed my entire future for dungeon records. Because apparently that's more believable than, he's just that strong. But Chuhi isn't buying it. The Lutzong I know wouldn't throw himself away like that. He's remembering our high school exchange tournaments where I crushed him in magical theory, element affinity, spell analysis, every magic-related competition, while looking completely bored. Like winning against him wasn't even worth celebrating. Like my eyes were fixed on something much further away. That memory haunts him. Good. Stay scared, buddy. His butler tries one more angle. Even if he entered the new zone, there's no way he can solo a world boss, right? We can still get the first world boss kill before him. Oh, Mr. Butler. Sweet, innocent Mr. Butler. I'm currently staring at said world boss. A massive creature called the dark, heavy giant turtle is lumbering through the forest ahead of me. It's the size of a small mountain. The ground trembles with each step. Solo a world boss, I mutter to myself. According to everything I learned in school, no one in history has ever done this. The textbooks say world bosses require organized armies, thousands of coordinated players, strategic planning, resource management, political alliances between guilds just to attempt one. I have 2 swords, a bone horse I rented for 2,000 gold a day, and absolutely no respect for established military doctrine. Let's make history, Mr. Turtle. Okay, so let me describe the thing I'm about to fight. The dark, heavy giant turtle. World boss. 150 million HP, 15 health bars stacked on top of each other like a green skyscraper of, you're gonna die. It's covered in black obsidian-like rock armor with red energy flowing between the cracks, making it look like a volcano cosplaying as a turtle. Its tail isn't a cute little nub, it's a wrecking ball. A thick, armored battering ram with an irregular boulder on the end, like God's own morning star. Also, it has crit resistance, earth damage resistance, and heavy armor. Oh, and my main weapon does earth damage. So this thing is specifically designed to laugh at me. But here's what I'm thinking. This is a defensive boss. High HP, high armor, but lower damage output than an aggressive boss. My 400,000 HP should be enough to survive. Probably. I dual-wield Mountain Crusher and swing. Minus 1,202,534. TCH. Hard. Only 1.2 million? I normally hit for 3.6 million on regular monsters. This turtle's armor is eating 2/3 of my damage. Still, 1.2 million per hit against 150 million HP means roughly 150 hits to kill it. At 2 swings per second, that's about 75 seconds. A little over a minute to solo a world boss. Seems doable. The turtle finally notices me. It turns its massive head, sees a tiny level 30 human standing there, and gives me the most disrespectful look I've ever received. Its eyelids literally droop. Like it's bored. Like I'm a mosquito who just landed on its dinner plate. Then its tail comes at me like a freight train. Move. My skeleton horse bolts. We dodge by inches. The tail slams into the ground behind us, and minus 9,210. That's just the splash damage from the impact shockwave. Not even a direct hit. Just the vibration of the ground. 9,000 shield gone from the aftershock. Okay. Respect earned, Mr. Turtle. I keep attacking while dodging. Each swing carves off about 1,000,000 HP. The battle's actually going well until, stomp. The turtle raises both front legs and slams them down. A shockwave rips outward for 500 meters. Minus 102,201. 100,000 damage in one hit. After my 50% damage reduction and 60,000 in shields absorb most of it. I still lose 40,000 actual HP. If a normal level 30 team was here, instant wipe. Every single person dead. No questions asked. Now I understand why world boss hunting teams need to be 20 levels above the boss. At equal level, one stomp is a mass funeral. But for me, it's manageable. My Heart of Fortitude is regenerating 2,000 HP per second. The stomp hurt, but I'll heal it back in 20 seconds. This fight isn't about skill, it's about math. Can the turtle kill me faster than I kill it? Answer, no. I pop the Rage Potion, 30% attack speed for 2 minutes. My swings accelerate from 2 per second to almost 3. Minus 1,152,534. Minus 1,202,541. Minus 1,052,264. The turtle's HP drops like a stock market crash. 80%, 70%, 60%. And the best part? While I'm fighting this cosmic scale battle, my earthquake waves are killing random wildlife in the surrounding area. Little monsters hiding in bushes, minding their own business, are just dying from the collateral. First kill, Flame Gorilla, 100 HP. First kill, Herbivore Dragon, 100 HP. First kill, Echo Bat, 100 HP. I'm gaining health while fighting. Every random creature caught in the crossfire is permanently buffing my HP pool. The world boss is literally helping me get tankier by making me fight near other monsters. This is the most counterproductive boss battle in history. The longer we fight, the stronger I get. Then disaster strikes. Not for me, but for my horse. This poor rental skeleton horse has been tanking splash damage this whole fight. It's level 60 with less than 1,000,000 HP, no shields, no damage reduction. 3 boss attacks, and it's nearly dead. Go? Get out of here! I slap the horse's bone butt and jump off mid-gallop, combat rolling across the ground. The horse gallops away into the distance, trailing black smoke. I can't let it die, not because I care about its feelings, but because a dead rental horse means no transportation and a 200,000 gold deposit I'm not getting back. Plus the shop owner literally threatened me with jail. Now I'm on foot, but I don't stop swinging. Not for 1 second. 50%, 48%, 45%, 43%. Then the turtle looks up. The clouds split open. A meteor appears in the sky, falling directly at me. Oh, come on. I sprint sideways, swinging all the way, earthquake ripples spreading out with every step like I'm a walking natural disaster. The meteor slams into the ground behind me. The whole forest shakes. Trees explode. But I dodged it. The good news? That meteor was the turtle's 3rd big area attack, and those skills have cooldowns. For the next chunk of time, it can only use single target attacks that I can dodge. The turtle stalls for a moment after the meteor, post-skill animation lock. 10 seconds of free damage. I stop running and go full turret mode. Standing still, dual wielding, unleashing everything. 60%, 54%, 48%, 43%, 40%. I'm melting this mountain-sized turtle like it's an ice cube in a microwave. Crits start landing. 2.2 million, 2.5 million, even through its crit resistance. In 10 seconds of standing still, I carved off 20% of a world boss's health. Then at exactly 40%, row hair, the turtle's HP bar turns gray. Locked. I can't damage it anymore. Oh, come on, a health lock? That's cheating. Phase 2. The world boss just hit its transformation threshold. Because apparently 150 million HP, obsidian armor, meteor attacks, and earthquake stomps weren't enough. Now it needs a second form. Every video game does this. Every single one. You think you're winning, and then the boss goes, "Actually, I wasn't trying." And suddenly everything gets worse. At 40% health, with a rage meter that's probably maxed out, this turtle is about to show me what it really looks like. I grip both swords tighter. All right, Mr. Turtle, show me what you've got. So at 40% health, the turtle starts its dramatic anime transformation. Its shell falls off. Piece by piece, massive obsidian plates crash to the ground like a building collapsing. I back up to a safe distance and just sit down and drink potions. Every potion I have. Big ones, medium ones, tiny ones that heal 50 HP. I'm chugging healing juice like a frat boy at a party. Sip, sip, sip. 1,550. 50 health points. That's like putting a band-aid on during a nuclear war. But hey, every point counts. 30 seconds later, the shell's completely gone. What's left isn't a turtle anymore. It's a black lizard surrounded by floating shell fragments glowing dark red. The cute grandpa turtle has become an edgy anime villain. Shell gone equals defense gone equals damage tripled on my end. The health bar turns green again. Game on. I swing. Minus 3,012,503. Minus 3,029,942. Minus 3,095,205. 3 million per hit. My damage literally tripled because the armor's gone. 10 million HP vanishes in a heartbeat. This lizard turtle traded its only advantage, being insanely tanky, for more offense. Against me, the guy whose entire identity is, I hit things really hard. Bold strategy, Mr. Turtle. Let's see how that works out. The boss retaliates by turning those floating shell fragments into a Gatling gun. Hundreds of obsidian shards start machine gunning at me like I insulted its mother. I'm sprinting circles around this thing at full speed, dodging a stream of shell bullets while still swinging. Every step sends earthquake ripples outward. I look like a human tornado leaving a trail of destruction while being chased by a fantasy anti-aircraft system. 60 million HP left. 45 million. 30 million. 15%. I decide to go all in. No more playing safe. If this thing pulls out some ultimate death move, I'm done. Kill it now. 10%. 7%. 4%. 1%. Dead. The turtle collapses. The shell fragments stop midair and drop. Silence. I sit on a nearby rock, wipe the sweat off my forehead, and breathe. That was actually kinda hard. My HP was down to dangerous levels. No healer, no tank buddy, no support buffs. Just me, 2 swords, and 400,000 health points that weren't quite enough. If I'd been a little slower, positioned a little worse, I could have died. And dying here means 2 hours locked out of the map. Hours of prime solo looting time, gone. But I didn't die. And now I'm looking at a mountain of loot. Literally. The boss's corpse transformed into a pile of treasure the size of a small hill. This is loot designed to be split among 10,000 soldiers and still make each one rich. And I'm taking all of it. Solo. Plus world first kill bonus drops. Oh yeah, world first kill. Let me tell you about that notification. The moment the turtle died, a message went out to every single person in the Eastern human race. World announcement. First kill achieved. Dark Heavy Giant Turtle, World Boss, Level 30. Killer, LUCNG. Time, 1 minute, 52 seconds. World First Kill achieved. 1 minute, 52 seconds. Solo. A world boss that's supposed to require a 10,000-person army of players 20 levels higher than it. Now let me tell you who else saw that notification. The Kingfisher Adventure Team, a 100-player elite squad currently fighting a level 70 world boss in a swamp. They've been at it for hours. Their team leader is so hyped about getting the human race first kill that he's screaming motivational speeches, telling everyone to burn through their secret potions, ancestral spell scrolls, and premium enchantments. Spare no expense. I'll pay for everything. This is our year. His team is going berserk. Maximum effort. Life savings on the line. Decades of preparation for this moment. Then the notification pops up. World first kill. Lutzong. 1 minute 52 seconds. The team leader stares at it. His brain blue screens. Mid-stare, the swamp boss takes the opportunity to slap him with a giant mud tentacle and send him flying across the battlefield. He got distracted by my achievement and got smacked into next week. For consecutive years of losing first kill by seconds, and this time he lost it to an 18-year-old orphan on a rental horse before his team even got the boss to 95%. Warrior Dad and Xiao Heba, still grinding in a field outside St. Capital. Dad's sitting on a rock, giving his son a whole inspirational speech about their master plan. Son, we've teamed up with the Holy Church, the Mage Association, the Assassin Guild, and the Archer Guild. We'll form an elite squad. Hit level 40. Take down the world boss together. Get the regional first kill. Find your exclusive skill book. Surpass LOOSER. Xiao Heba is sweating, grinding harder than ever, feeling motivated for the first time today, finally seeing a path to victory. Ding. World first kill. Lutzong. Solo. 1 minute 52 seconds. Dad promised his son they'd get the world boss kill with a multi-guild alliance of the most powerful organizations in the city. Lutzong did it alone in under 2 minutes, while they were still giving pep talks. The beautiful part? Dad had been deliberately not telling his son about the forbidden technique theory. He wanted to keep the pressure on so the kid would train harder. So Xiao Heba doesn't even have the comforting delusion that I'm crippled. He just sees Lutzong, world boss, solo, 2 minutes. The mountain of his hope just got vaporized by a world announcement, and somewhere in the distance, I'm sitting on a rock next to a treasure pile the size of a house, gaining 50,000 permanent HP from the kill, thinking about which world boss to murder next. 9 more to go for my advancement quest, and nobody else is even level 30 yet. So the world first kill announcement goes out to every single member of the Eastern human race. Every person aged 18 to 199. Every farmer, soldier, grandma, and office worker. A cosmic text message that basically says, "Hey everyone, some guy named Lutzong just soloed a world boss in under 2 minutes. Have a nice day." The internet explodes. What? World first kill already? Wait, humans got it? We haven't had world first kill in almost 100 years. The dragons always take it. Hold on. Why is the kill list only one name? Oh my god. Oh my god. See, normally the kill list for a world boss is like movie credits. Thousands of names scrolling past that nobody reads. This time, one name. Just Lutzong, standing there alone like a solo artist's album credit. Written by Lutzong. Produced by Lutzong. Performed by Lutzong. Catering by Lutzong. People who've never heard of me, which is most adults, because why would a working professional care about some high schooler, are now frantically Googling, who is LOOSER, while their morning coffee gets cold. Meanwhile, over in dragon territory, hundreds of young dragons are mid-battle against their own world boss, a giant stone golem, when MY notification pops up. The Golden Dragon team leader, who was confidently expecting to claim world first kill like dragons do every year, just stops mid-fight. The humans got world first? How? His lieutenant checks the details. Sir, it wasn't a team. One human. Solo. The Golden Dragon's slit pupils contract. Dragons have dominated world first kill for a century. It's basically their cultural birthright. And some random human teenager on a rental skeleton horse just stole their annual trophy in under 2 minutes. They're not even mad. They're confused. Like a championship team losing to a middle schooler. I see. Then this year, we settle for race first kill. The dragon said that with the energy of a king accepting defeat gracefully. But you know those scales are bristling. Then in elf territory, there's this whole ceremony happening. The elf queen, an SS rank ruler, is crowning their new generation's greatest prodigy, Iris, an SSS rank star archer. The elves are all emotional, giving speeches about how Iris will lead the elven race into a new golden era, how she's the strongest young talent across all races, how not even dragons can compare. The ceremonial doors open. Ding. World first kill. Human race. One person. Lutzong. 1 minute 52 seconds. The elf queen freezes mid-compliment. She was just saying, not even dragons can match you. And then finds out some human she's never heard of soloed a world boss faster than her entire military could organize a meeting about it. Her SSS rank prodigy just got upstaged during her own coronation. The comedic timing of the universe is impeccable. Now let me tell you about my situation, because I'm standing in front of a mountain. Not a metaphorical mountain. A literal mountain of treasure that used to be a turtle. 30,000 gold quality weapons and armor. Over 100,000 silver quality pieces. This is loot designed to make 10,000 soldiers rich, and I'm shoveling all of it into my pockets like the world's most aggressive Black Friday shopper. First problem, my backpack isn't big enough. But the world first kill dropped 10 giant space crystals, 50,000 inventory slots each, only obtainable from world first kills. I use all 10. Then 50 large space crystals at 5,000 slots each. Those are worth 2 million gold each on the market. I use 10 and keep 40 to sell. That's 80 million gold in crystals alone. Then medium and small crystals on top of that. Final backpack size, 570,000 slots. I basically have a warehouse in my pocket. I activate my absorption ring. Prioritize rare items. The entire treasure mountain gets vacuumed into my inventory. A hill of loot just vanishes like a magic trick. There's still some garbage left on the ground, bronze gear, cheap potions, but my backpack has standards. I'm not picking up the fantasy equivalent of pennies when I'm already sitting on millions. Then I start browsing my haul and nearly choke. Black Star Meteorite Iron times 50. This is the material I need for the Heavenly Cluster Bow, the rank 99 Divine Bow that shoots 100 arrows at once. It's also used to upgrade equipment quality up to Crystal Tier. And it can only be obtained from world first kills, celestial-type monsters, which are literally stars and moons, or divine-type monsters, which have appeared exactly 3 times in 5,000 years of history. This stuff doesn't have a market price because it literally never appears on the market. If I listed one piece for 1 billion gold, someone would probably buy it. Eternal Motion Stones times 50 can only come from race first kill or higher. Normally, humans get 10 per year from race first kill, and high-level players fight over them like wolves. I just got 50. These are essential for my divine speed boots. Thunder Grass times 50. Minimum 1 million gold each, if you can find someone selling. Key material for both my speed boots and high-level mage spell scrolls. Combined with the wind spirit grass I found in that chest earlier, I now have all the materials for the 1,000-mile sprint boots. The rank 97 divine boots that multiply my movement speed by 100x out of combat. I went from broke orphan on a rental horse to owner of materials that entire nations would go to war over in about 2 hours. And I've still got 9 more world bosses to solo for my advancement quest. Each one is another treasure mountain. Another 50,000 permanent HP. Another pile of materials that shouldn't exist in one person's inventory. This map is supposed to be shared among 1 billion people. Right now, it's my personal shopping mall. And nobody else is even level 30 yet. Time to go shopping in my own loot pile. I've got 30,000 gold quality items to browse through like it's the world's most violent yard sale. First priority, boots. Because after nearly dying to that turtle, I've decided that go fast is a legitimate survival strategy. I find 2 gold boots with useful effects. Shadow Stride boots. Lets me phase through walls and obstacles like a ghost for 1 second. If I don't make it through in time, I bounce back to the starting point. Basically, I can run in a straight line through anything. Wild Dance boots. 40% physical dodge rate. And here's the key part. If I one-shot something while out of combat, I stay out of combat. This is critical because my speed boots need me to be out of combat to activate. So I can ride through a field, accidentally obliterate everything in 150 meters, and the game goes, nah, that wasn't a fight, you just sneezed aggressively. I use the Wild Dance boots as the base, feed it the Shadow Stride effect, add my Wind Spirit Grass, Thunder Grass, and Eternal Motion Stones, and craft 1,000-mile sprint boots. Rank 97 Divine Weapon. 30,000 agility. Out OF combat speed. 100x multiplied with other speed buffs, plus ghost phasing through walls, plus 40% physical dodge, plus, and this wasn't in the preview, 3 uses per fight of 100x speed for 1 second each. The weapon quality added a bonus effect the encyclopedia didn't even show me. My agility just hit 30,000. For reference, a normal level 30 player might have 50. I have 30,000. I am faster than most flying mounts. I am faster than the 17,000 gold per day rental horse. I'm probably faster than the express airship I just rode here on. I paid 19,000 gold for a 2-hour flight when I could now probably run there in minutes. I will never financially recover from that ticket purchase. Now, because I almost died to the turtle, I go full defense mode on the rest of my gear. No more. I'll probably survive. We're building Fortress Lutzong. New helmet. Shield equal to 3x my agility. That's 90,000 shield. Plus a holy barrier that completely blocks one attack up to my max HP. Regenerates every 10 seconds. The turtle's strongest move did 100k to me. This helmet alone would have tanked it entirely. If I fought that turtle again, it couldn't even scratch me through my helmet. New pants. Another 3x agility shield, another 90,000, plus 35% crit rate. 2 windshield items stacking equals 180,000 shield from those alone. Plus my sword's 10% HP shield on attack, 40,000. Total shields, over 220,000. I'm wearing more shield than most bosses have health. New ring. I went absolutely psycho on this one. 2. Death resistance, effect stacked. When I take fatal damage. Nope. Immune. Plus 3 seconds of invincibility. Twice per effect. So I get hit with a killing blow, I go invincible for 3 seconds. It happens again. Invincible for 3 more seconds. Up to 12 seconds of total invincibility. In 12 seconds of free attacking, with my crits, I can deal close to 100 million damage. The turtle had 150 million HP. I could kill most world bosses during my I refuse to die window alone. New necklace. 50% attack speed boost that ramps up to 150% over 10 seconds, plus 35% crit rate, plus auto cleanse that removes debuffs every 12 seconds. Poison, gone. Stun, gone. Weird curse mark, gone. Let me add up my crit rate now. 30% from Mountain Crusher, 35% from Pants, 35% from Necklace equals 100% crit rate. Every single hit is a critical strike. Unless the enemy has specific crit resistance, I am dealing maximum damage with every swing, every time, forever. There's no luck involved anymore. Just pure, consistent devastation. But I'm not done. I also put together situational gear sets. Water breathing set for underwater zones. Wall climbing set. Poison resistance set. Elemental resistance sets for fire, ice, lightning. Magic resistance set. Armor set. Dodge set. Attack speed set. I'm like Batman if Batman's utility belt was made of divine weapons. Every possible scenario has a pre-built gear loadout ready to swap in. And as an armed one, my class specializes in mid-combat equipment swapping. What everyone thought was a garbage B rank ability is actually the most versatile combat system in existence when your equipment is made of god-tier artifacts. And then I find the crown jewel of the entire world first kill loot. Every year, the world first kill drops exactly 1 unique skill book, a skill that only 1 person in the entire world can ever learn. It's tied to whatever class dealt the killing blow. Since I'm an armed one who killed the boss solo, it dropped an armed one unique skill. Infinite Transformation, a skill so rare that literally no other armed one in history will ever have it. My own personal, exclusive, one-of-a-kind ability. I haven't opened it yet, but just holding a book called Infinite Transformation, while standing in the crater where a world boss used to exist, wearing 220,000 points of shields and boots that make me faster than dragons. I think it's safe to say that B-rank garbage class narrative is officially, permanently, catastrophically dead. 9 more world bosses to go. And now I have the gear to make each one easier than the last. Let's see what Infinite Transformation does. So before I open my unique skill book, let me explain why it matters. Every class only gets 4 skill slots before second advancement. 4. That's it. Rich families have hundreds of skill books lying around, but you can only equip 4 at a time. It's like having a closet full of clothes, but only being allowed to wear 4 items, including shoes. My unique skill is called Infinite Transformation, an armed one exclusive that literally no other armed one will ever get, because the only way to obtain it is world first kill, and what armed one is going to solo a world boss? Just me. Forever. This skill is extinct the moment I learn it. Original effect, 3 stances. Speed stance gives 100% movement speed and 50% attack speed. Attack stance gives 30% extra damage with 50% resistance penetration. Defense stance gives 20% damage reduction and shields. My reaction? That's it? Even the unique skill is mid. Any other player would kill for these numbers. But I've been spoiled by divine weapons. I'm the guy complaining about a free sports car because it's not a jet. Then I learn it, and my cheat system triggers. Perfect divine skill activated. Infinite transformation evolved into Infinite extreme transformation. 3 stances become 6. Swift stance. 150% move speed, 150% attack speed. Immune to all movement restrictions. Not. Resist 40%. All. You literally cannot slow me down. Attack stance. 50% bonus damage. Ignores all resistance and armor. My attacks become true damage. Doesn't matter how tanky you are. Your defense stat is now decorative. Defense stance. 40% damage reduction. Shield equal to 5% max HP every second. Stacks 20 times. At my current HP, that's 100% of my health and shields after 20 seconds. And while shields are up, immune to crowd control. Artillery stance. Can't move, but attack range becomes 2.5x and damage area doubles. My Mountain Crusher Earthquake goes from 150 meters to 375 meters. I become a human missile silo. Healing stance. All healing tripled. Heals apply twice. No mana cost. My Heart of Fortitude already regains 2000 HP/second. Tripled and doubled? That's 12,000 HP per second. For free. Shadow stance. Can't be targeted by skills. Every 2 seconds, I vanish for 1 second. Completely invisible, untraceable. First attack after reappearing deals double damage. All stealth is undetectable and unbreakable. I now have more combat modes than a Swiss Army knife. Speed mode for travel. Attack mode for DPS. Defense mode for tanking. Artillery mode for clearing. Healing mode for sustain. Shadow mode for assassination. And I can switch between them freely. First test. I activate Swift Stance with my 1000-mile sprint boots. Base speed, 16 meters per second. Boots, 100x multiplier equals 1,600 meters per second. Swift Stance, 150% equals 4,000 meters per second. For kilometers per second, that's faster than most bullets. I'm basically teleporting. I look at my skeleton horse standing nearby and pat its skull gently. Sorry, buddy. You're fired. I send it trotting back to St. Leon City. The rental shop owner will find his horse wandering home like a lost dog. I'll get my deposit back later. Probably. I climb to the mountaintop, switch to my full movement speed gear set, 300% speed bonus, and hit 9,900 meters per second. I cross 2,000 kilometers in 3 minutes. I can now literally run across countries in the time it takes to make instant noodles. From the summit, I scan the entire Broken Ridge mountain range and spot world bosses scattered across the map. East 1, Northeast 3, North 5, and the direction I came from? 0. Of course, nearest target, Rage Blood Twin Head Demon, 10 kilometers east. At my speed, that's approximately 1 second of jogging. I activate Shadow Stance. Vanish. Sprint to the boss. Break stealth. Switch to attack stance. Swing. Minus 27 million damage. Crit stealth bonus 50% damage boost. Ignore all defenses. 27 million. In 1 hit. This boss has 90 million HP. I just deleted a third of its health before it knew I existed. It hasn't even turned around yet. I keep swinging. 100% crit rate. True damage. Maximum attack speed. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. 9 strikes in 2 seconds. I literally run through the boss's body while slashing. When I stop behind it, its health bar is completely empty. 3 seconds. Dead. World boss number 2. The world announcement goes out. Everyone who just calmed down from the first announcement is now losing their minds again. Another one? It's been 30 minutes, but I don't stop. I'm already sprinting to the next one. 5 seconds later. World boss number 3. Dead. Another announcement. The entire human race hasn't finished typing their reactions to the second announcement when the third one appears. People's messages are becoming incoherent keyboard smashes. What is happening? Where is the cooldown? Where are the consequences? Someone stop this man. The scholars and academics are having full mental breakdowns. They've spent centuries building theoretical frameworks about power levels, and I'm violating every single one. They calculated the absolute maximum possible damage for a level 30 character, best class, best gear, best skill, even doubled the numbers for safety margin, and concluded it's impossible to one-shot a world boss. Their entire field of study just got debunked by an orphan with anger issues. He must be paying a price. Forbidden power always has a cost, they insist. What cost? I'm getting stronger with each kill. I'm gaining 50,000 HP per boss. I'm getting richer. I'm having a great time. The only cost is the monster's feelings. Then announcement number 4 drops. For seconds, another world boss. Dead. Over in Star Night Plains, Warrior Dad is physically holding his son Xiao Heba, who has collapsed on the ground staring at the sky. Dad, can I ever surpass Lutzong? Of course. You're SS rank. You can do it. He's too towering. I can't even see the top. This kid's confidence has been destroyed. His father is desperately trying CPR on his son's ego while world announcements keep popping up like spam emails from the universe saying, Lutzong did another thing. And across the city, every prodigy from Saint Capital First High, the elites, the geniuses, the ones with demigod grandpas and dragon moms, they're all grinding in fields, watching these announcements, and feeling the same thing they felt for 3 years of high school, the inescapable, suffocating, soul-crushing shadow of Lutzong. They thought graduation would free them. They thought my B-rank class was their liberation. They had hours of hope. And now they're watching me solo world bosses faster than they can kill regular monsters, and they're all sharing one collective thought. Being born in the same generation as Lutzong is a tragedy. 6 more bosses to go, and I'm picking up speed. So after 4 world bosses, my biggest enemy isn't monsters, it's inventory space. My backpack is literally full. I have so much loot that I can't pick up any more loot. I'm the richest homeless orphan in history, and I can't carry my own wealth. This is the most luxurious problem anyone has ever had. I decide to take a shopping break, teleport back to St. Leon City, throw on a face mask and stealth gear, and head straight to the brilliant gem trading company. It's 10 p.m., but the city's still popping because apparently fantasy cities never sleep when there's money to be made. I flash my gold membership card and immediately get upgraded to a fancy manager named Wong. I tell him I need to sell stuff and buy materials for my next divine weapon, the Chaos Concealment Ring, which hides me from literally everything, including gods. Because yeah, I checked my notifications earlier and there were already high-level people trying to magically spy on me. Level 200 Grand Sage from the White Tower attempted to scan. You. Blocked. Level 200 Demigod from the Mage Association attempted to locate you. Blocked. The city's protection barriers saved me this time, but I need my own stealth. 200 level demigods are trying to peek at me like I'm a rare Pokemon. Not comfortable. I need these materials, I tell Manager Wong. Chaos Mist Skill Book, Void Breath Skill Book, Dreamweaver Nets, and a Fog Shadow Soul. His hands start trembling. Not from fear, from commission excitement. This is 100 million gold order. The man is mentally calculating his bonus while trying not to drool on his suit. And I'm paying with merchandise. I take off my mask. Manager Wong recognizes me and his brain short-circuits for half a second. Then I dump my inventory. 28,320 gold quality weapons and armor pieces cascade onto the trading floor like the world's most violent avalanche. The entire room is buried in glowing golden equipment. It looks like a dragon's hoard exploded. Manager Wong's expression goes from excited about commission to questioning reality. Each piece sells for 20,000 gold minimum. That's over 600 million gold in equipment alone. And I kept over 1,000 pieces for myself. 100 complete gear sets for every possible situation. Underwater breathing set, wall climbing set, poison resistance, elemental defense, full dodge build, maximum attack speed build. I'm basically carrying an entire army's worth of specialized equipment in my pocket. Then I dump the rest. 40 large space crystals, 2 million each equals 80 million gold. 120 medium crystals. Scroll after scroll, tornado, earthquake, frenzy, guardian armor. 15,000 silver quality equipment. Thousands of potions. Over 1,000 skill books for various classes. Mountains of crafting materials. Even pet eggs that would make normal players weep with joy, but are completely useless to me, because no level 30 pet can keep up with someone who hits for 27 million damage. Manager Wong takes 2 minutes to calculate everything. 1,500 million gold coins. 1.5 billion. 1,500 million. I went from having 400-something gold coins this morning to being a billionaire by bedtime. In one day? From 0 to 15 billion. Sorry, 1.5 billion. But honestly, with the stuff I kept, my total net worth is probably in the tens of billions. I don't even haggle. Fine, transfer it. Deduct the materials cost. I'm busy. The manager's jaw nearly hits the floor at my casualness. I just sold 1.5 billion gold worth of stuff like I was returning empty bottles for recycling. He scrambles to give me a black card, the highest tier membership. 25% discount on everything, priority access to ultra-rare materials, complete purchase confidentiality. Earlier today, I had a gold card, 7% discount. Now I've got a black card, 25% discount. Tomorrow I'll probably own the company. I craft the Chaos Concealment Ring right there in my backpack. Divine Weapon number 4. Its effect? Complete stealth from all detection abilities, including those from true gods. It also clears any tracking marks on me and tells me whenever someone tries to scan me. I'm now invisible to the supernatural equivalent of satellite surveillance. With the ring equipped, I feel an invisible fog wrap around me. All those level 200 powerhouses trying to spy on me, their scans now hit nothing. I'm a ghost in the system, a blank spot on every magical radar in the world. Then I vanish from the trading room at 4,000 meters per second. Manager Wong stares at the empty space where I was standing and whispers, "Teleportation." Nobody, I just ran. Really fast. The whole trading company staff scrambles to process my mountain of merchandise. Hundreds of employees working overtime to catalog, sort, and distribute 1.5 billion gold worth of items from one teenager's afternoon adventure. And 15 minutes later, while they're still elbow deep in my leftovers, another world announcement pops up in front of every single one of them. Broken Ridge Mountains, World Boss. Annihilation Eye Demon, level 30. Killed. Kill. List, Lutzong. Kill time, 5 seconds. Boss number 5. I took a shopping break, sold 1 billion gold worth of stuff, crafted a divine weapon, got a VIP membership, and went right back to murdering world bosses. Like it's a part-time job I clock in and out of. I'll be back with more merchandise later. Manager Wong. Keep the lights on for me. 5 down. 5 to go. So my gear philosophy has officially shifted from survive to why bother surviving when everything dies in 3 seconds? I strip off all my defensive equipment and go full attack speed. The only safety net I keep is my death resistance ring. Too free. Nope, not dying, charges. Everything else, pure violence. Boss number 5, the Annihilation Eye Demon, is a giant floating eyeball. It dies so fast it doesn't even get to blink. 5 seconds. I'm not even warmed up. I check the loot hoping for an armed 1 skill book, and nope. 5 world bosses, hundreds of skill books dropped, not a single armed 1 book. There are tens of thousands of classes in this world, and the RNG keeps giving me everything except mine. The universe is trolling me. Whatever. I'll get skills after my second advancement. The rank, 10 divine weapon reward matters way more than any skill book right now. I start sprinting toward boss number 6. And along the way, I'm doing what I always do, casually genociding the local wildlife for HP stacks. But now I have the wild dance boots, so killing things while running doesn't put me in combat. I'm maintaining full sprint speed while swinging 360-degree earthquakes every second. 4 swings per second. Each swing kills 20-something new monster types, plus a few wild bosses. That's roughly 5,000 permanent HP gained per second. 500,000 HP, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000. In 3 minutes of jogging, My health goes from 400,000 to 1,380,000. 1.38 million health points. Level 70 tank specialists don't have this much HP. I'm level 30. I have more health than characters twice my level who specialize in having health. My health bar needs a scroll bar. Boss number 6, Gale Snow Maiden. Level 40. She's tougher. Her first move after getting hit is a 90% damage reduction ice shield, which completely ruins my speed kill strategy. She forces into phase 2, goes invincible for 30 seconds, and covers the entire area in a blizzard that deals constant ice damage and slows everything. Normal teams? This is a wipe check. Healers burning through mana. Tanks popping every cooldown. DPS running around screaming. Me? I switch to defense stance, squat down, and pull a can of koala cola out of my backpack. I bury it in the snow for 5 seconds. Pull it out. Ice cold. Perfect. I sit there sipping chilled soda while a world boss's ultimate attack tickles me for 2,000 damage per second against my 90,000 per second shield regeneration. I'm using an apocalyptic ice storm as a beverage cooler. I even run a little science experiment. Does the environment actually affect physical objects? Answer: yes, the cola is genuinely cold. Good to know. Important scientific data gathered during a world boss fight. 30 seconds pass. The Snow Maiden drops her invincibility and starts monologuing. Human. Bow before. Shadow stance. Swift stance. Attack stance. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. She dies mid-sentence. Didn't even finish the word before. Rest in peace, Ice Lady. Your blizzard made excellent cola. Kill time: 38 seconds, 29 of which were me waiting and drinking soda. Meanwhile, let me catch you up on what everyone else is doing during all this. The human emperor, yes, there's an emperor, is sitting on his throne trying to spy on me. He has supreme authority over all humans, including magical admin powers to scan, locate, and force contact anyone in the human race. He tries to scan me. Blocked. He tries harder. Uses his emperor-level clearance. Blocked. My chaos concealment ring doesn't care about your job title, sir. It blocks true gods. You think emperor ranks above god on the security clearance list? He concludes I must have received a true god's inheritance, a divine blessing from an actual deity, because that's the only thing that could explain both my power and my undetectable status. He's actually not wrong about the chosen by a higher power part. He just has the wrong higher power. It's not a god. It's a reincarnation cheat system from Earth. Close enough, I guess. He also starts worrying because this is the year 5000, and every 1,000 years, a catastrophic event hits the world. Year 1000, the abyss opened. Year 2000, a moon fell from the sky. Turns out all stars and moons are actually monsters, surprise. Year 3000, a divine-type monster appeared. Year 4000, the races formed an alliance to fight said divine monster. And now it's year 5000, and some random teenager is soloing world bosses. The Emperor thinks I might be connected to whatever apocalyptic event is coming. The brilliant gem trading company president, sitting in a dark room like a mob boss, is watching my kill announcements and rapidly increasing how much money to give me. Make it 20 billion. No wait, 25 billion after each new boss kill. He's literally throwing money at me in real time while I murder things. Every time a new world announcement pops up, my bank account grows by another 5 billion. I'm making money passively by being scary. Then the Emperor sends me a friend request. My ring warns me. The human Emperor is using supreme racial authority to contact you. Would you like to block the Emperor? I could block the Emperor of humanity from contacting me. My ring is basically asking, want me to ghost the king? The power dynamic here is insane. He's the ruler of the human race, and my jewelry is asking if I want to send him to voicemail. I accept the request. He messages me immediately, very politely. Hey, sorry for the intrusion. I know you probably don't want to be bothered. His internal monologue is definitely more like, why does this teenager have higher security clearance than me? I'm the Emperor. I should be able to force add anyone. Why did I have to wait for his approval? Who is the Emperor here? But he keeps it professional and drops the bomb. I want you to become a feudal king of the human race. Feudal king. As in, your own territory, your own cities, control over rare mineral veins, political authority, and, oh yeah, eligibility to inherit the throne. I'm level 30. I graduated from high school today. I was an orphan this morning, and the Emperor of Humanity is offering me a kingdom. This world is absolutely unhinged, and I am here for it. 6 bosses down. For to go? $1 billion in the bank. A kingdom on the table. And my cola is perfectly chilled. Not bad for my first day on the job. So the Emperor of Humanity messages me like, "Hey bro, wanna be a king?" And I hit him with, "Let me think about it." The Emperor of the human race, offering me territories, cities, rare mineral veins, political power, and eligibility to inherit his throne. And I said, "I'll get back to you." His internal reaction must have been volcanic. He's sitting on the most powerful seat in human civilization, and some teenager just told him to hold. Like he's customer service. "Your call is important to us. Please remain on the line." But in his head, he's convinced I'm a true God's chosen, someone blessed by an actual deity. Because that's the only explanation he can come up with for why I'm this strong, and why his Emperor-level spy powers bounce off me like ping-pong balls. He's not wrong that I have a cheat system from a higher power. He just thinks it's divine intervention instead of interdimensional reincarnation hacking. Potato, potato. He's also worried about the millennium catastrophe. Apparently, every 1,000 years, the world gets absolutely wrecked. Year 1000. A bottomless pit called the Abyss opened up and started spitting out horror monsters. Year 2000. One of the 4 moons fell from the sky, and that's when everyone discovered all the stars and moons are actually sleeping megamonsters. Year 3000. A divine-type creature appeared and nearly ended civilization. Year 4000. All races formed an alliance to fight it. It's now year 5000. On the dot. And on day 1, some kid is soloing world bosses like he's speedrunning a tutorial. The Emperor thinks I'm connected to whatever apocalypse is coming. He might be right, honestly. My timing is suspicious. I tell him I'll think about the king thing after I finish my homework, which is murdering 10 world bosses. He accepts gracefully, but I can feel his eye twitch through the text. Meanwhile, the brilliant gem trading company president is in his dark room adjusting my payment upward with every kill notification. Started at 15 billion, then 20, then 25. The man is bidding against himself. Every time I kill another boss, he panics and adds another 5 billion to my account like he's feeding coins into a slot machine, hoping I'll remember his company fondly. At this rate, I'll own his company by Tuesday. Bosses 7 and 8 go down in quick succession. The entire human race has gone from shocked to numb. People aren't even freaking out anymore. They're just staring, scrolling past world boss announcements like they're weather updates. Oh, Lutzong killed another god-tier monster. Anyway, what's for dinner? My teacher MS. Lee is having an out-of-body experience. I told her, I'm doing my job advancement, talk later. She thought I meant like a normal advancement quest. Fill out some paperwork, kill a few goblins, come back for tea. Instead, I'm generating world-shaking announcements every few minutes. Talk later? You're redefining the military balance of the entire human race, and you said talk later? Boss number 9, Moon Greedy Wolf, level 50. Takes me a minute 45. A little longer because these higher-level bosses actually require me to, swing more than twice. Then I'm standing in front of the final boss. Number 10, Giant Spirit Soldier, level 60. 950 million HP. Almost 1 billion health points. This thing is massive. Attack and defense type. Constant earthquake, pulse damage. Giant phantom, swords falling from the sky. The works. I stealth in with shadow stance. Break stealth with attack stance. Minus 27 million. Opening hit. 3% of its health gone before it knows I exist. Then it retaliates with constant ground pulse damage. 10,000 every half second. 20,000 DPS just for standing near it. A normal team would be melting. Me? I have 2 million HP. 20,000 damage per second means it would take this boss 100 seconds of continuous damage just to remove 1% of my health. I could take a NAP and survive. I start trading blows. 13.5 million per hit. The boss hits back with a giant phantom sword from the sky. I don't even dodge. I switch to defense stance. 50% damage reduction from my sword's effect 40% from defense stance equals 90% total reduction. plus a shield that generates 100,000 HP per second, plus my base 2 million health. The Giant Sky Sword, a move designed to obliterate entire raid teams, hits me for 80,000 shield damage. My shield regenerates that in less than a second. The attack did literally nothing. So I just stand there, trading hits. Me and a world boss, face to face, slugging it out like two boxers in a ring. Except one boxer is regenerating faster than the other can punch. My damage, 2 million per hit, constant crits, multiple hits per second. Boss damage to me, blocked by shield. Shield regenerates. Blocked again. Regenerates again. My health bar doesn't move. Not even a pixel. The boss is swinging its hardest. Phantom swords, earthquake pulses, everything in its arsenal. And my shield isn't even getting fully depleted between regeneration ticks. Meanwhile, I'm steadily chewing through 950 million HP like it's a really long sandwich. Bite by bite. No rush. No danger. Just casual mutual violence where only one side is actually taking damage. I'm hitting him for millions. He's hitting me for shield scratch damage that heals before his next attack. At some point during this slugfest, you genuinely have to ask the question, who is the boss in this fight? Because from where I'm standing, feet planted, not dodging, not running, casually face-tanking a level 60 world boss's entire move set while drinking regenerated shields like a fountain, it's definitely not me who looks like the raid encounter. The giant is swinging desperately. I'm swinging casually. He's losing health. I'm not. He's panicking. I'm doing math in my head about how much this loot is worth. Boss number 10. The last one. My advancement quest is about to be complete, and I didn't even have to move my feet. So the final boss, Giant Spirit Soldier, level 60, 950 million HP, goes through its whole dramatic second phase. Shell breaks, goes invincible for 30 seconds, screams, "You have angered me," starts recovering 100,000 HP per second, and unleashes everything it has. My response: I stand still in defense stance and let it punch me. Minus 53,024 shield damage. Shield regenerates. Minus 84,321 shield damage. Shield regenerates. My health bar? Completely untouched. The boss is having an absolute meltdown attacking me with everything it's got, and my shield is growing faster than it can break it. This creature is designed to wipe entire armies during its rage phase. I'm using it as a light massage. Then it exits invincibility and enters Stone Giant form, 299% resistance boost, 299% armor boost, 80% less damage dealt. It literally turns into a walking boulder. Sacrifices all offense for maximum defense. A brilliant strategy against normal teams who just lost half their members during the rage phase and can barely out-damage the 100k/second healing. Against me, I switch to attack stance. 100% armor and resistance penetration. Your 299% bonuses? 0. Congratulations, you wasted a transformation. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. Minus 13,500,000. The impenetrable fortress form gets shredded like wet paper. 5 minutes 56 seconds. Boss 10. Done. The world announcement goes out, and this time, the reaction is different. People aren't panicking or screaming anymore. They're relieved, like watching someone complete a marathon. The entire human race collectively exhales. He actually did it. All 10. Thank God, my OCD would have killed me if he stopped at 9. Dragon Princess Xiao Xiao literally jumps in the air celebrating. I told you he wasn't a failure. I said it. I was right. She's so happy she forgets she's in a monster zone and nearly gets attacked. Her sister has to emergency nuke the incoming wave while wearing the most exhausted expression ever. Xiao Heba is sitting on a rock, staring at the sky, having an existential breakthrough. Dad, I've figured it out. I'm not going to chase Lutzong's shadow anymore. The kid finally achieved emotional liberation by accepting that comparing himself to me is like a goldfish competing with a whale. Different species of power. His dad, who spent all day hyping him up, is just quietly holding his son, trying not to cry. Chu-He, the demigod's grandson, he looks up at the stars and sighs. So this is how I finally escape his shadow. Not by surpassing him, but by accepting he was never on my stage to begin with. Every genius from first high is having the same realization simultaneously. 3 years of feeling inferior just dissolves. Not because they got stronger, but because they finally understand the gap isn't a gap. It's a different dimension. There's freedom and hopelessness, apparently. Now, my situation. I teleport back to St. Leon's City, and for the first time all day, I actually relax. I walk through the streets admiring the scenery. Blonde elves, silver-haired elf girls, half-elf twin-tail girls, beautiful people everywhere. I deserve this moment of peace. I've been committing world boss genocide for hours. I check my bank balance expecting 1.5 billion from the trading company. For billion, 12,409 gold. For billion? I check the transaction log. There's my 1.5 billion from selling loot. Normal. Then there's a mysterious 2.5 billion deposit labeled Lutzong Growth Support Fund from Brilliant Gem Trading Company. Congratulations, young genius. Please accept our investment in your bright future. Growth Support Fund. That program does not exist. They literally made it up on the spot to justify sending me 25 billion. Sorry, 2.5 billion gold is a totally normal business expense and definitely not a bribe. Their president probably typed that note while his accountant was having a heart attack. But hey, refusing would be rude, right? They're trying to build a relationship. Turning down a gift might send the wrong message. It would be socially irresponsible to say no. I'm doing them a favor by accepting. Really, I'm the generous one here. I'm now worth 4 billion gold. This morning I had 400 coins and was debating whether to buy silver or black iron quality gear. 12 hours later, I could buy the entire trading company that sold me my first sword. I sprint to the advancement temple at 4,000 meters per second, phasing through walls like a ghost, arriving in literally 1 second. The place is packed with people doing their third and fourth advancements. Nobody notices me because my chaos concealment ring makes me functionally invisible. People's eyes slide right off me like I'm a blank wall. They can look directly at my face and immediately forget what I look like. I touch the advancement crystal. It tries to create a dramatic light show, the same kind that announced my SSS rank quest earlier. My ring goes, nope, and suppresses the entire phenomenon. The crystal barely flickers. Nobody notices a thing. The most important advancement in current human history happens with all the fanfare of a microwave beeping. Advancement quest complete. Task 1. Solo kill 10 world bosses. 10 out of 10. Task 2. Own 2 divine weapons. 4 out of 2. I overcompleted task 2 by double. Show off? Maybe. But when you accidentally craft 4 divine weapons before lunch, these things happen. Confirm second advancement. New class. Divine armament transformation. God tier. Confirm. The crystal pulses with energy. Power floods into my body. I feel chains breaking inside me. Metaphorical ones, but the sensation is real. Something fundamental shifts. Congratulations. Second advancement complete. Class awakened. Divine armament transformation, and just like that. Quietly. Invisibly. In a crowded room full of people who have no idea what just happened 3 feet away from them. The B-rank armed one just completed his God tier second advancement. Now let's see what divine armament transformation actually does. And more importantly, where's my rank? 10 divine weapon. So I complete my second advancement and become divine armament transformation, a God tier class. Let me show you my stats. Level 30. HP, 2.1 million. Strength, 60,000. Agility, 37,200. Spirit, 40. Yes, 40 spirit. My mental stats are equivalent to a sleeping hamster. But my strength is 60,000 and I have more health than most raid bosses. So who needs brain power when you have hitting power? My new class perks are absolutely criminal. Multiple effect amplification. Every duplicate equipment effect on my body gets a 10% boost per copy. So my speed gear set with 14 identical speed bonuses, each one gets 140% stronger. My gear was already broken and now it's breaking the broken. Supreme divine effects. For every 4 unique divine weapon effects I own, I get a cosmic bonus. At 4 effects, absolute crit. Everything crits. Skills, spells, true damage, percentage damage. All of it. And it cannot be resisted. I can throw my 2 crit rate equipment pieces in the trash because I don't need them anymore. Every attack I ever make for the rest of my life is automatically a critical hit. At 6 divine effects, I unlock 80% cooldown reduction on everything. The world's normal cap is 40%. 0 mana cost on all abilities, and every skill fires twice. Double cast. For free. With illegal cooldown speeds. I currently have 4 divine weapons. 2 more, and I unlock this. I need to craft faster. But the real prize, the SSS rank advancement reward, is my new divine weapon. Rank 10, reversal. Platinum quality. 5 enhancement, max. Necklace slot. Effect. Time reversal. Travel back to any point in the past. No cooldown. No cost. Only limitation. Can only return to moments when you were wearing this necklace. I read this 3 times. Then I read it again. Then I physically step back from the floating text because I think it might be lying to me. No cooldown. No cost. Unlimited uses. Go back to any point in time since I put it on. This isn't a divine weapon. This is a save file. I just got quick save in real life. Die to a boss. Load save. Make a bad deal. Load save. Say something embarrassing to a pretty elf girl. Load. Save. I slap this thing around my neck so fast I almost give myself whiplash. From this moment forward, every second of my life is a checkpoint. I am now literally incapable of permanent failure. The universe just gave me an undo button with infinite uses. Then I check my divine temple, a private pocket dimension that I control completely. It's a misty palace floating in chaos space where I'm basically God. I can recruit disciples, steal their skills, and give them equipment. Oh, and disciples can sacrifice items to me like I'm a deity accepting offerings. Speaking of disciples, the temple can copy my disciples' skills and give them to me, whatever class abilities they have. Now mine too. This patches my biggest weakness. Armed ones have no class skills. I swing swords. That's it. But if I recruit a mage disciple, I get mage skills. An archer? Archer skills. An SSS rank prodigy with broken abilities? All their broken abilities. Search for SSS rank combat class. Any race. The temple searches the entire world and locks onto one candidate. Remember that elf girl? Iris. The one who just had her coronation ceremony where the elf queen called her the greatest talent across all races? The SSS rank star archer? Yeah, she's mine now. Here's what happens. The temple rewrites her daily prayer book. Elves pray to their god every day. Iris opens her prayer book, starts chanting, except the words have been changed. Instead of praising the elf goddess of harvest and life, she's unknowingly reciting a prayer to Song, Lord of divine arms and transformation, creator of all weapons. She finishes 30 paragraphs of worship to me, closes the book, looks up, and she's not in her bedroom anymore. She's standing in MY Chaos Palace. Welcome, Iris. She looks up and sees fog, overwhelming divine pressure. An existence so far above her that her SSS rank class feels like a candle next to a supernova. Her brain, I just accidentally prayed to an unknown god and got teleported to their divine realm. I am going to die. She thinks I'm a true god, an actual deity. Because what else could hijack sacred prayer text, teleport someone across dimensions, and radiate power that makes an SSS rank feel like an ant? I tell her, I need a disciple. I won't harm your people. She's trembling. 1,000 thoughts flash through her mind. But she knows she has zero choice. If this being can rewrite divine prayers and yank her across reality, it can definitely destroy her entire race before breakfast. Refusing isn't an option. And honestly, being a god's disciple isn't the worst deal.